If I unmute myself, it works better. Hello, good afternoon, good morning, maybe for some of you. I actually have the storm that just started. So, if you see me going offline, you know why. just the storm. It's actually just started, the thunder. How is everyone today? Hey Monkey D Blue. Hey Psych. Hey Bamba. Lady of Heaven. Hello, hello everyone. Tio, Darky Grease. I'm doing good today. Very exciting day, so a lot of things to do in the game as well. Very, very cool. Still tax season in France. I need to finish my taxes. I have 48 hours to finish my taxes. That's the main stress because I've been very late with that. So I just need to figure things out. But so far so good. Great day for me and you guys. We have a bit of time to chill. Crazy Joe in half an hour, so I'm gonna slowly start to fill TTs and stuff. Hello, Winter Wish. Alexandru as well. Alexander, I guess. Done with your Frostfire? No, I just after. Frostfire is right after. 1 hour and a half for Frostfire. And half an hour for Crazy Joe. And then, yeah, it is what it is. Maybe some marbles. I have some ice orbs to play. Did not go crazy on the packs. Need to top up, but that will, you know, be done a bit later. Lucky Will as well today. I did my taxes on Sunday in France. They simplified some things. I mean, for me, I had to redo like all of my, you know, accounts and shit. Like, it's a bit of an headache, to be honest. Because my wife is like, you know, working a bit in Switzerland. We are both self-employed in France. She's an employee in Switzerland. Like, it's, you know, it gets messy. You always forget. Did I forget about pets? Yeah, I did. I did. I mean, I should not do like that's I should make a complaint about it. Don't know how to woo, but I should complain about pets. That's really I think there is no. People are contacting me, but I'll see all of that later. I'll see all of that later. But yeah, like especially yesterday, because I never pushed my bear trap for a very long time. So yesterday I pushed to unlock all of the rewards, right? I think I was missing 4 or 5. I was actually like my best was actually 40 million. But you know, we do 38 billion very easily, but I never really pushed. So yesterday I finished these. That's why I popped the pets, because we had a lot of worlds online. But that's was not the smartest, I guess. That was not the smartest. Yeah, they should reset at midnight UTC, right? You cannot abuse it. There is nothing bad you can do with, you know, pets resetting at midnight. So they should really do that. So let me first do my farm. And I think I even used my pets on my farm yesterday, so I don't even have them here. I'm gonna slowly prepare for Joe. Let's pop the buff at least, you know. Yes, I agree. The thing is, I don't know if you noticed, guys, but we don't have Tundra Arm League invite. There is no Tundra Arms League invite. That should have been this week or last week. This week, I think, right? So, yeah. No Tundra Arm Leagues. A bit of, I was hoping, you know? I really wanted it, so... I can deploy what? Can I deploy what? So what can I deploy? I can deploy lancers, infantry, lancers. I'm not gonna be able to empty marksman, so... That's an empty farm, giving points, sacrificing itself. Maybe a stat merger coming after KOI. Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, they delayed transfers, and transfer mergers are, you know, it's kind of where they should be. We'll look at it, Dark. We'll look at it, but you know, very likely it does not really matter. Very likely it does not really matter whatever you do. Oh, do you have some question I did not answer another day? Oh, that's today. I mean, if you play all troops, it does not matter. You do the order you want, but you might want to move to 2 troops and keep leaving your lancers behind quite a bit and playing marksman only. So you might want to do marksman and play with Mia here and play 48 for 48 like the dude is playing here. I mean, I don't know what they are playing here. They are playing 3. I mean, that's a leftover of a rally, but that's what I will do actually. Do I pop 20% today to go for points? Oh, I need to stop joining the rallies first. So I've been pushing a bit offline for the beast because I want the name card, as you know me by now. So I've been pushing some stamina here. But you see, like, I'm even only in the top 10, so it's gonna be hard to get the freaking... And I can totally afford it, that's not a problem. It's how much it's gonna cost, the issue. More than. I'm pushing quite a lot. This is yes for Xura Shard, that's pretty good. I can do on Lancers. You can, I mean, you can as well to catch them up. If you want to keep playing all troops, that will be needed. Else they are very, very weak. It really look like 4 stars. The magic points. Let's throw a few marbles while my troops are coming back and So do you guys are team right or left? Boom, boom, boom. Let's try to get the daily mission. I have a budget of $200 a month. And a budget of $2,000 for random stuff. I'm Gen 3. My plan is to spend the $2,000 extra in Gen 5 because packs become more valuable. Yeah, it's a good idea, Alexander. Or you can do... I mean, if it's a one-shot 2,000, right? Yeah, wait later. And then what you could consider is like later on very good events. So you could be like Journey of Light, you know, when you have one, it's like $400. So that's, you know, already 1/5 of your budget. So you might want to do one Journey of Light, you might want to do one Treasure Hunter, like these bigger event, like a bit on Cassia and stuff. And you might want, yeah, Journey of Light, it was maxing, but with, you know, the budget not being unlimited, you might want not to max other events. What's up? What? You know what? I don't know why YouTube is translating Tonton in watch. It's in Indonesian. So Tonton in France, Tonton means uncle. So that was the idea of the channel, you know, like, you know, you come to me to ask a question about the game, like you go to your uncle for real life, you know, question or things like that. 500, that's pretty good. That was the idea of the channel. But in Indonesian, it means watch. Tonton means, so it's people are like thinking I'm called watch YouTube, but now YouTube is translating Tonton to watch. Team right, I don't want, yeah, I'm hesitating that the part, you know. I'm kind of wanted for a bit more on the left, but I think I'm gonna be team right very, very soon though. Not gonna be, boom, boom, boom. But I got where I wanted, so let's do middle for now. That's maybe, you know, that's maybe a good option as well, to be team middle, to be honest. But I kind of need both. Let's do what? Let's keep it at 69. But I kind of need to do my... I wanted to go a bit higher here. That's 3 coins. So let me, I got my troops back. I'm gonna do the free-to-play strategy today, so let me do that first. So let's do 100% infantry. That's a bit of a bummer, I don't have the... Hey, TFC mid. Any idea when Journey of Light will appear? Man, we don't know. We don't know these things. Like, you know, if you look at people like the French guys ask me about Cassia. When do we get Cassia back, right? So I look at Cassia. We got it November, December, February, March. So like in 5 months, we got Cassia 4 times. And my assumption is that we won't see Cassia again for a very long time. For, you know, another 3-4 months. Because that's already been 3-4 months. Or maybe we see it once in the summer and something like that. So sometime Journey of Light was the same kind of thing, right? We've seen it 2-3 times, 4 times in a few months or 6 months window, and then you don't see it for a while. And they rotate through them, so you never know when, you know, you never know when will be the next rotation, because for some of these, it's not the same every year. So because it's not the same every year, you cannot know. Ain't it that simple? It is that simple. So we need to see whenever that is. Could be next week, could be in 6 months, I really don't know. Like, there are some events you can tell, right? If you track events every year, some events are very likely, like Halloween, Christmas, Children's Week, Valentine's, anniversary of the game, Summer Game seems to be. There is an event in September, but they change. Sometimes it was something around Asia. Last time we had like a music thing a bit sooner. Thanksgiving. These are all like very predictable events, and that you are like 90% sure you will get, or you will get a variation of it. Many other events, you know, like for the rest, some seems to be linked. So you seems to always have Marble at Christmas. You seems to always have Cassia at Valentine or something like that. But except like many of the other ones are, you know, you can get Cassia on other events, other time. It's always with the seasonal. So, or we don't have enough like data, right? Because some of these events are 1 year old. Some of these events are 1.5 year old. So, you know, it's hard to tell. Good evening. Hello, Lady Boss. Hey, Sesh. Treasure Hunter appear only once every 3 months. You know, in average, yes. In average, you get it 4 or 5 times a year. But it could be 5 months without it. It could be something like that, and it is what it is. So yeah, not that easy. What can I do here? I can give Bradley. Maybe I want to give like bad heroes, not to give the stats as well. And I need somebody else. The game is a good place to get gambling addiction. I mean, I hope not. I hope not. Well, that's really, you know, I'm hesitating to make a video about it. Like, really, what do I mean when I talk about spending in a video game, right? I'm assuming you are emotionally and mentally stable and healthy enough to be spending on the game without being it an addiction. So then we can start to talk about budget, planning, money, spending, like things on a healthy base, right? That's my assumption. If someone has gambling addiction, gaming addiction, money problems and whatnot, they should probably not play the game and probably not watch videos about it, and they should probably get help, right? That's really important, and I'm saying that with no judgment, you know. I had my own issue in my life, so it's really with no judgment. But when I'm talking like lightly or simply about spending in a game, it's coming from that point. It's like, okay, we are grown-ups, we are earning our lives, we have some extra income that we can put in whatever we like. We are not struggling to pay our bills. We are not struggling to make a living. It's not necessarily mean that we are very rich, but you know, we have the basis of spending for a hobby, sorted, covered, with a solid base on, you know, emotion and mental, right? And then you can decide if you want to spend in game, right? If it's addiction, if it's, you know, whatever, then you need to get that sorted, because that's gonna ruin your life more than it's gonna ruin your wallet, but it's gonna ruin your life. Like your relationship, it's gonna ruin everything in your life, far more than your Whiteout Survival account or far more than your, you know, bank account. It's like a really big problem to have. And you know, the people that can help with that. So, you know, I'm not always like putting the assumption I have up front, but that's kind of where I'm coming from when we talk about money, especially when we are in like the spender range, right? The medium to high spender range. Like that has to be sustainable and to be enjoyable. That has to be with that. Else, it's a tragedy. I have 350 days of speed ups I could have used for a city skin, but with 2 events overlapping, people are pushing it crazy. And Dark, we did not have a seasonal event for quite a while, but you know, the next one we might have could be a summer game, mid-July, more or less early August. Lately we had it early August, so you know, it's gonna be in a while, so people are gonna push crazy. And I don't know how you guys see it, but for me, like, it's clear that the older the game is, the more like power is taxed on certain states. Like the states I'm in is like not start to be a really powerful states. So it's actually really, really tough. One sec. Just checking the car. So yeah, so you know, power is very packed, so it's very competitive, and it gets very hard to rank on anything you do here. It's very, very tough, but then, you know, we will be able to rank in Tundra Arm Leagues a lot more easily now, as well. I really want Hendrik, to be honest. That's very wise word. I mean, I don't know, but that's how I think, at least. But hopefully that's where we, you know, most of us are, at least. And you know, it's okay to have issues. Like, you know, we all have our own issues in some ways. Some our addiction, our problem. That's really a human thing to go through. But you know, hopefully it does not ruin someone's life for, you know, for a hobby, for something that should be fun, right? That game should be fun to play. Else, you know, you have to do something else in life if what you do is not what you like or enjoy or be fun. That's why sometimes I'm very surprised in comments to see people like being very, very negative about the game. But they are still watching videos about it, and I'm not making like 2 minutes quick videos. You know, things like that. So I'm like, you know, if that's not something you enjoy, you should probably not do it. There are a lot of other things we can do in life that that are enjoyable. Many other games. It's actually one of the, you know, when I was a kid, there was like 2 good games to play per year. When I started to play, maybe 5, maybe 4, you know. Now you have like you have too many, you know, for a lifetime to play that are considered good games that you might enjoy. Why do you keep lower level of troops? It's just to promote. It's just to promote them on events. You make more points by promoting troops. So you pre-train your troops in between events you push on. So between SVS for me, I pre-train troops before SVS. And then on SVS, I push and I make more points than if I'm only training fresh troops on SVS. It makes more points that way. So on my farm, I have a shit ton amount of like all kind of troops and weird levels and stuff. I don't know what I use usually. What did I miss? Did I wasted some heroes? I can use Sonia. I mean, it's a city at the end of the day. It's a city, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Does not really matter. By the way, it's good to hold shovels as free to play. I want the island decoration. I forgot to check if you can keep them. Can you keep them this time? Because I made a Kingshot video about the event, and in Kingshot you cannot keep them. So people were like, hey, Tonton, you say bullshit. But you seem to be able to keep them here. Usually you can. Usually you can. Yeah, it does not say they are expiring, so if it does not say, you can keep them. And I might have had some from last time, you know. I might have had some from last time, so... So let's spin the lucky wheel before the Crazy Joe. Let's see if we get lucky. No, Lady of Heaven, it's Sonia. Sonia, I mean, I've seen PCB making a calculation with certain heroes on Sonia. She was a 10% joiner. And Elshar made a video, made a calculation on our Discord as well. And he calculated with the heroes, because it depends on the interaction of heroes. She was a 12%, so that was Sonia. Reina is quite higher than that. She's below the 25%. I did not see calculation about the efficiency of I'm not looking at the charts I'm getting. So you can keep Reina as an option. That's not too bad. She's not. That's really Sonia the problem, because it says 20%, but it's not like how to explain it, but it gets a bit complex. That was 8. Let's finish that quickly. That's none. So that's very little today. Today is very bad day for shards. Last time I got insanely lucky with you guys. It was insane. But today is just speed ups and... That's 8. I mean, you get the rewards from here anyway. So that's... it's not the end of the world. But that's not a great day for spinning the lucky wheel. So if I understand things properly, when we calculate that Sonia is only 12%, it's looking at the total damage that a rally is doing on the bear trap, because she is like you cannot really lower percentages, right? In Whiteout, there is no diminishing return per se. What's happening in Whiteout is like some skills are multiplicative between them and some skills are additive between them. And you know, if you do not do these things easily from the top of your head, let's take a quick example. Sometimes, you know, it helps. The skill that is additive will be, so let's say that all the damage of the rally is 100% of the damage, right? So, and the joiners are coming after that. The joiners are coming after all of the damage is calculated. It's kind of, you can look at it that way. So if you have a joiner that do 25%, like a Jesse, you're gonna do 1.25%. That's 125% of the damage, right? So see, if it's additive, right? You're gonna add another 25%. So the outcome of these two joiners, two JCs, will be 1.5. So you increase 50% of the damage of the rally, right? But let's say you had a JC and a Siyun, which are additive between them. So you're going to do 1.25, which you're going to multiply by 1.25 as well. And the outcome is going to be 160, 56.25. So the difference between when you have two joiners, two are additive, like two JCs, is 50% more. When you are two that are multiplicative, the difference is 56.25. So this, just because you have the right joiner, your rally is just doing 6% more, 6.25% more than two joiners that are additive, right? So when we look at Sonia, she's not doing less than 20%, but she's additive with certain skill. So the output of the rally is estimated. It's not like she's doing less, but the output of the rally, she impacts it not that much because she's additive with, I think she's actually additive with Hector skill number 2, which is a crazy damage for Crazy Joe. And maybe another one on me. I forgot from the top of my head. I don't know these things from the top of my head, but she's additive with certain skills that we always use on Bear. So she does not work very well. So she ends up doing a lot less because the way her skills work. So these are not clear with the game. You have to test it. So people made tests. They did, you know, they calculated the damage that Hector is doing in a control environment. Then they added the JC, they added the Siyun, they added the Sonia. It's not what we expect. We were expecting 20%. It's not doing 20%, right? Or we were expecting multiplicative 20%, and it's looking like additive 20%. So a lot less, things like that. So these things have been tested very carefully by these people. So that was a crash course on joiners. You can have fun and play games without spending Southern even. Yeah, so of course. Like, that's why, you know, Fire Panda, I had some people coming in the comments on YouTube. I'm saying, oh, that game is dead for free-to-play. It's stupid for free-to-play. And I'm like, that's your opinion. We're just turning on the fan. It's a bit warm. So it's like, it's okay to have that as an opinion and to have that experience as a person, right? Be like, yeah, you know, that game, did I get kicked out from someone? That game is not really working for me. I'm not really enjoying it, or whatever is the reason. I got kicked from Naru, or Naru was okay. Somehow they leave the alliance. And it's really okay, but that, you know, that cannot be like me enjoying the game. You know, it cannot be the same way as everyone does, right? I have different, I am a different person, so I might enjoy the game in a way you don't, and the other way around. So I'm trying to think about that when I make content, and not just to tell you what, no, you should like it because I like it that way. It's not how it works in life. It's not how it works. I need to get a neighbor, actually. I need to find a neighbor. Let's look at him. And what did I have left? It was a Bradley. So some free-to-players really enjoy the game. Some people are just here because they are friends. Some people like the battle. Some people like to be in the, you know, in the big team and cheering them for the big guy spending a lot of money, like whatever. Alan was asking, Dark, what do you mean by using speed up for city skin? Like, there are some events, Alan, which is not the case here. You have some seasonal events, you can get some of the items. So let's say you could get some marbles. Not marbles, it would not work because you don't get the city skin, but whatever. You have some events where you can get the currency you need to rank, like ingredient bags, for example, or the coins to punch on smacking and punching events with speed ups gems, gathering resources and killing beasts, right? So people accumulate crazy amount of gems, people accumulate crazy amount of speed ups so they can generate a lot of these currencies to get higher ranking, and they can get city skin. It helps to rank for city skin because city skin is the top 10 usually, right? For people. That's what it means, and that's how it works. So you get that way. I have a video about it. Maybe I should re-record it. It starts to be a bit old, but you have a video about it. Is it worth to use the general mythic shard in Lygia, I don't know yet. She seems pretty good, to be honest. I don't know yet, Gen 12. I don't know much about Gen 12. But she seems pretty good to me, to be honest. So I'm not sure 100% she's worth it, but I'm gonna do her at least. I don't know. I don't think she replaced Rufus for Bear. But yeah, I don't know about Gen 12. I don't know if someone is Gen 12. Let's see if we get lucky a bit. One, that was 80 chest. And let's get going a bit with these. Few more levels, why not? But in calculator, one Rena was good for Bear. Probably. Sesh, probably. It depends on the interaction. It really depends on the interaction. I think like there is a scenario that, you know, Gen 14, like Sonia was not bad because if you use Geronimo because of the heroes, like it's, you know, it gets very complex. That's why you can, you either want to, like that, the blue pill and red pill video, right? Even whether you really want to start to understand and you will have far more questions than answers for a very long time. And you have to be okay with that, and you have to understand the formula, the maths behind the game. You have to do search on most nerds. You have to do some like your research, or you have to find a trustworthy source of information. Hopefully, I am as much as I can, and you just apply what the person says. You can do what the worst nerd folks are saying. You can, you know, put your trust in someone else on YouTube. Whatever you like to do, that's okay. But like the middle ground is really frustrating because you don't understand things well enough yet to make your own decision or to understand the decision of others. And you know, so you cannot really think on your own feet yet. So you have to like go down that rabbit hole and to really understand things if you want to learn. And I understand that most people don't want to learn, and that's really okay. In many games I play, I don't want to learn. I'm just looking at the guide. I'm going on, you know, on the internet, whichever, YouTube, I'm following a guide and I don't understand why it works. I just know it works. Someone else made it for me on some other games. Like a build on a, you know, on an RPG game, like whatever, things like that. So both are really okay. And no judgment here. But, you know, some things are not simple to explain. I wish they were, but they are not simple to explain. By the way, for Bear, some yesterday was claiming that you can impact someone's rally with your own stats, similar to when we have bonus sources, SVS for me. That's false. No, that's stupid. As far as I know, that's stupid. It does not work that way. Bear is very simple. Unless there is a bug, until the person managed to make the bear bug in some ways. But it's not how it works as far as I know. And that was tested extensively as well. So maybe there is a way to glitch it and to make it, you know, to make it bug, but that's not the mechanism of the bear trap and of the bear. When I need a bad joiner, like Philly, and so I missed one other question. We should get a bear joiner list made by you. I mean, there is one on Discord that's good. The last one I posted, not the one at the top of the conversation, but the one I posted recently is pretty good. That was made from the official Discord, and you know, that's based on a bit what the worst nerd folks are saying as well. That's pretty decent. And it has like the key information. But I'm not really good at making like these things, you know, infographic, whatever, but that's something I can learn as well. There are some websites to help for that. I'm not very familiar with them yet. I mean, Sesh, it's gonna be like that for a while, and there are questions you might not want to have an answer for because the answer is gonna take too much effort to get. But I don't know, you know, you might want the answer and you might want to go through learning and finding the people who knows and looking at their data and understanding that. Some people will do that. Most of us will stop before and will be like, yeah, you know, I'm far enough. That's gonna be okay. I got what I want to play the game, right? So it's really a personal thing. It's a personality trait. It's curiosity. It's you know, things like that. And you know, all of that is okay. All of that is okay. There is not one that's better than the other. But you know, if someone is lazy to search and they just want to understand everything about the game, it's probably not gonna happen, and they're gonna be frustrated, right? because it's not that simple. Unless you are like very good at math, it's probably simple for you, but for the average Joe like me, that's not very good at math, it's not that simple. It takes efforts to understand. Unless you did like, you know, advanced math in school or whatever, it's probably not that complicated. You know, it's not it's not rocket science or anything like that. But no, it's still math like we did, you know. For me, that's things I've learned 20 years ago or 25 years ago that I did not practice or, you know, use. So it's not always super obvious. I'm free to play. I'm saving resources for the anniversary events, but that's gonna be in a while. That's gonna be in a... You are patient because anniversary is in March, right? It's early March. So that's gonna be but you know, you might get it if you save now. That's the benefit of it. Trying to look at the point I'm doing. But I'm alone on my farm, so that's gonna be great. I need to see actually. Okay, so PT is going. If he is not falling asleep, so let me just prepare just in case. My march. Hector and Molly. And that's gonna be 110. Did we did 120? I forgot what we said. Back quantity. I need to check that. Then JC alone. Where is JC for me? JC, he's... That's Bradley, but that's JC, didn't... Yeah, I sent JC with Bradley, that's terrible. So I can do JC as well, I can save that. Troop D2, that's gonna be JC alone. That's gonna work. Save, bam, bam, bam. Quantity ready for HQ whenever that is. It's gonna be a bit later down the line. I don't know the squads to send out for Crazy Joe. So far, I can only send out infantries. I mean, for me, I send, you know, if you look, I have what? I have a Flint because it's doubling the damage of infantry, so that's really good for now. I got Siyun. I got Jasser, so JC, Jasser, Siyun, right? So that you usually want to send. Then later you have Bradley, Blanchette, Magnus, stuff like that. You can use Reyna as well, she's gonna be okay. You could use Sonia as well, you know, on a strong city that do not need that much help. You could use Reyna, Sonia eventually, but that, you know, that's okay. It depends a bit on what your alliance is allowing, to be honest, but Wayne is like 10% joiner for Bear. Yeah, Wayne is bad. Wayne is bad. I don't know if I missed a question about Wayne. Like Philly, so what was it? Was Lady of Heaven. Like, I mean, Philly, Nora, and all of that, they are 15%, 10%, they are bad, you know. Something that people do not understand is more troops is not a lot more damage. If you could double the size of your march, so let's say you have 100k, and somehow if you put 3 heroes, it will be 200k, but that's not how it works. That's really not how it works. If you look at the march for me, it goes from 166k to, if I max it out, to 210, right? So that's 50k. So I'm more or less adding a third of my march. And if I would double it, I would gain 40% damage. So if I'm adding a third, maybe I'm gaining 15% damage, 12% damage, something like that, right? And so to try to get, assuming that's my, that more troop is a linear increase of damage, which it is not, right? So it's like, but that's kind of assumed already, by the way. So that's, you know, let's say 15% damage. So to me, to do 15% damage, I'm gonna send a hero that had the chance to do 10% damage for everyone else. Less damage than everybody else, right? A 15 instead of a 25. So to do 15 more, I'm gonna nerf my own damage by 10%. So I'm not gonna do 15 more, and I'm gonna nerf everybody else by 10%. So it's just stupid, right? It does not make any sense. It does not make any sense, mathematically speaking, because again, the more troops you have, the least damage you get extra, right? So stacking more troops, of course, it does more damage, but it does not. It's not like proportional. There is a kind of a diminishing return on that. So when you understand that, and you understand that you actually make more points, you know, as an alliance and help everybody else when you have 15 people per rally, because, you know, of that mechanism. So the more people you have, even if everyone does a bit less damage, you don't do that much less, and you can join so many more rallies, so you overall do more. And then it makes Crazy Joe, you know, starting wave in a cascade, like the how do you call it? I forgot the English word, but you delay, you know, like a cascade, right? Like you do wave of rallies and stuff, and you limit the amount of joiners, and it all makes sense when you understand how it works. If you don't, yeah, it could be a bit confusing. On bear joiner hero, I was thinking, will I get any advantage of having proper bear joiner as individual or without joiners? I'm not sure I get the question, Sesh. Staggering, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. That's kind of the common words used in that case, like you stagger the rallies. So yeah, you know, you might do, if you like send your heroes, like, and you know, if you could eventually control that the extra heroes you send, they have skills that are not level 5. So let's say you keep some skill level 1 on Philly, you skip some skill level whatever, so your heroes cannot take the spots of the top 4 skills, you know, it's okay then. But then you will need to be clear with your alliance that you have some heroes with low level skills. It's gonna get confusing for others. Why you are allowed to send Philly when I cannot? Oh, it's because I have low level skill, but people cannot downrank their skills anymore, so they feel that you have an advantage. It's getting messy for nothing, to be honest. Like Bear, getting double the, I mean, getting the next tier of rewards, right, takes double the damage for most of the tiers. So it's not gonna be that much that makes the difference. Very, very rarely, like, such little things gonna matter. And if it matters for a week or two because you are in between two and you get, it's gonna be 1 essence stone more or less. I mean, yeah. You know, I'm all about optimizing, but sometimes, you know, there are some optimization that do not as well always make sense. My alliance guy is using Lin to call rallies and using Wayne and Gwen as joiner mentioned to him, still no use. I mean, people, like, you know, as long as you trust the tooltip, you know, she looks good, right? As long as you believe that it is what it, you know, it is what it is, she looks as good as everybody else. It just does not work that way. And, you know, again, you need testing, right? So most people have no clue about that, and they will never have a clue about it. And it's not a bad thing, you know? It's really not a bad thing at the end of the day either. Like, it's not optimal, but, you know, it's not gonna change everything. But if you care to win the battles, if you care to win all of these things, of course, it does not help not to play properly, but yeah, you know, I have, like, but you know, that's how people play games as well. It's either you go all in or you don't, and I'm kind of like that, you know. Initially, I used to be like that. So if I like to optimize, I like to optimize on event and bear, and then eventually, you know, with a bit of time and I don't know if it's boredom or, you know, you can like, you know, it's okay if I get 1 essence stones less per bear trap. You know, I got 10 every day, plus now it's nearly 15 every day. You know, should I? Of course, over a year and a half, if you have 1 essence stones more every 2 days, that's gonna be 400-500 essence stones more. It could be 3 level on a piece of gear, right? Even if it was 3 level on a piece of gear, like you will, you know, when you burn. Yes, Ike. He's saying that, yeah, he cannot convince people to use Mia in the rally. And, you know, even my stage with, you know, people forget that Mia is an option when it's not in the rally leader, and some people do not like Mia. They feel they are not lucky with her and stuff like that. And you cannot change that, and that's okay, you know. It's not, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Good, you know, what we say, like, perfection is the enemy of good. You know, good is good enough. You can do good. It's probably already decent. So he's using Philly. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll tell him, because if we fail, oh, yeah, the wrong hero, so that's actually pretty bad. That's actually a pretty bad choice of heroes here. If you watch PT, that's not a small change, because the widget here is health. So we don't care. And Eleonora, she's probably pretty defensive one. What is Eleonora doing? So health up, 10% marksman damage, and yeah, that's bad as well. And widget is what? Is health, so yeah, no, he's terrible. There will be a difference of points if someone has more troops or higher troops and stuff like that, right? But your own heroes, so the way it works on Bear, like you are doing damage based on your troop level, ratio, and stuff like that, but you get the stats of the rally leader and the joiners, right? So the stats of the rally leader and the joiner are applied to everyone, but the damage are calculated individually. So if I send 100% infantry on Bear, the others, they can't send 100% marksmen. I cannot send infantries for other people to not get, you know, the punishment of doing less damage, right? So everyone have to send their own troops and their own ratio. That's good enough, right? So I cannot compensate for others, but the stats of the rally leader, the pets of the rally leader, the skill of the other joiners are applied to me. So the group effects are applied to me, but the damage are calculated individually. So it's not like the damage is calculated for everybody and you have a slice. It's like damage are calculated individually, if that makes sense. So I don't know if it's answering your question. So it does not matter if you have heroes or not, because that's gonna be given by the group to you. But your ratio of troop is really important. Your level of troop is really important. Your troop tier, your troop fire crystal, all of that, your ratio, all of that is super important, because that's the part that is yours. Everything else is given to you by the other guys. Yes, exactly. So that's, you know, that's where people are like, should you send FIDI, whatever. It's like, you know, on a very active bear trap, if you have 25% joiner, you have Hendrik, you have, you know, Bradley, JC, Jasser, Siyun, you have all these great 25%, and you have 5, 6, 7 pair rallies, you don't care about weaker ones. If you're on a very casual alliance, if you are on a farm bear trap, if you are like in a situation where you have 2 joiner that buffs 25%, then yeah, sure, put 15, 10%, whatever you can. That's all extra damage compared to nothing, right? So that's always that's why it's like, you know, never easy to answer questions, because the context matters so much. The context matters so much. So yeah, you have to get context. It's not too bad today. I'm gonna swap. Yeah, it start to get kills, right? So I'm gonna swap to. What gonna swap to? But 100% Lancer's not gonna do much, so I might swap to 100% Marksman, to be honest. I might swap to 100% Marksman wave 14. Did wave 13 just hit? Yes. Either I swap to level... I will swap to Lancers until level 17, and 17 I'm gonna swap to... I'm gonna swap to Marksman. That's gonna be good enough. That's gonna be the extra bit of point I could use. So what can I use to buff? Yeah, I might need a 15%, you know, because I don't think I kept a good one. So I might keep a 15%. I might do a Sonia or something like that. Or I might do Hendrik. That's going to be 20% here. That's a good 20%, actually. So it's a clean 20% in that case, which is, you know, is probably good enough. I might max, you know, might max him. Et Leo, Nora at least. It's not great, but it's, I mean, we are quite above a Crazy Joe 31, so hopefully even if we don't have the right joiners, we might, but you know, level 20 is tough, so you know, if PT is lazy to swap, we might be in trouble. We'll see. That's a good test. Worst case scenario, we lose a bit of points. It's not the end of the world. But if you are playing Cap Bear, having heroes or not, won't matter at all. Yes. Then it's just going to be your ratio, right? It's just going to be your ratio and the level of your troops. And a bit of luck, you know? A bit of luck on your... Because your Lancers still have skills, right? Your Marksmen still have a skill that do like double damage 20% of the time or 10% of the time, something like that. So... That's still a thing, right? If you look at Marksman, so you know, these kind of things, by 6%, Marksman can deal extra when whatever that is active, and this one is what? Grants 30% chance of dealing 50% damage. So, you know, on a 10-turn fight, if it procs 6 times, if it procs 1 time, that's a lot. 10% chance to strike twice. So, I mean, overall, there is a lot of RNG, like random numbers in the game. So, you know, try after try, it kind of balance out a bit, but you can be eventually unlucky, or you can be lucky as well. So that's why most people, you know, testing bear with like full marches, full joiners, not controlling joiner, they are often coming up to the wrong conclusion about how it works. Just because there are too many variables that you do not control and that are random. Let's not heal. So I'm reinforcing no one that's online. So that's I'm gonna regret that, you know. I'm gonna regret that. I did not pay attention. Who is online or not? Hey, Keyo. Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome. How do you feel, Keyo, after winning a gift card? Are you powerful? The 17, so I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna see how it looks here on my little farm. That's not the one I want to look at. Mini Tonson. I'm still getting most of the kill though, but the Lancers are not enough. The Lancers are not enough. The Lancers are not enough. Pam, pam, pam. So I'm gonna need to swap to Marksman only. I'm still getting a lot more kills, so I'm gonna see if it's a mistake or not to swap, because I got 46k points. I don't know if with Marksman I'm gonna get that much, you know. Hey Clint, hello, hello. Weak as shit, lol. At least compared to Dolphins. Fair enough. Fair enough. We said Hendrik. That's the best I got. I don't know what I did with my joiners today. That's better than everything else, so it's gonna be 3-star. And should I do like 50-50? Let's try 100%. I might regret it. I might regret it a bit. I still have a lot. Else I need to empty Marksman on my farm, and I need to leave. I need to leave some infantries or something, because infantries are killing nothing here. But that's a bit much work to go and swap. I'm a bit lazy. So it seemed that the Dreamscape is monthly. That was my bet. We have monthly Dreamscape memory. We have monthly Wild Brawl. Do we have IWL during next SVS? I don't know, but we have the Shining Pack City thing. So all of these are new and monthly. That seems to be the case, at least. So, which means that we could get, because we have 3 monthly events, right? We have Fishing Tournament, Dreamscape, Snowbuster, which means there is a gap. There is a gap, there is a week that they did not give us something to do. So it might be that. Might be what we do here. How am I doing? Because I'm kind of missing the online one, so hope I'm first. Oh, Davey is above me, AD is above me, so it's not gonna be that good. Unless I do a lot more points on my farm, but I'm missing the off. And we do like we do Crazy Joe in the farm, but in like 10 minutes from now, and I will do a Frostfire mine in between, so that's not gonna work. What do you think the Force event will be? I have no idea, mate. I have no idea what they can do. Like I mean, I don't know if these kind of games are a thing or if they're popular. Would it be like permanent Marvelous Fantasia? Maybe. Some people like that, but I think it may be better as 3-4 times a year for the Mahjong, maybe something new. But I don't know if that kind of game is like a popular thing, you know, on its own or things like that. I don't know. Can you do a video using the bear calculator? It's kind of confusing. I don't use it myself much, to be honest, Sesh. It's just a lot of data to input. You know, I don't really have the time right now, but eventually in the future, I love more than doing that. I love to do like a, but I did not ask him. So that's maybe, you know, a public ask. I don't know if it's an ask, but suggestion. I love to do like an interview with Ellen John about the bear calculator, for example, right? I love to do an interview with PCB about some of the joiner stuff, you know, so, but you know, I love to do an interview or a podcast with TalkStream about spending and spending efficiency, right? Even with Popsicle, like the other YouTuber that make like daily kind of vlog videos about spending efficiently, right? So we talk a bit in private, but you know, I love to make a content with these guys more than you know, explaining like their spreadsheets that I don't understand fully, you know, but I don't know if that's possible. I don't know, you know, but that's things I love to do. That's things I really love to do in the future, you know, if that's something I really think would be really great for the community. So you have, because they understand these things far better than I do. Yeah, I mean, but that's, you know, that's where it's gonna break down for you. So either you have to go all the way and try to kind of not give up, but to satisfy yourself with what you know and what you understand, and it's not perfect 100%, or you have to go all the way, right? But the in-between is frustrating. The in-between is like, I'm kind of lazy to go there, but you know, so it's either all the way, baby, or you don't, kind of thing. It does not have to be that black and white, of course, but you get the idea, right? So was it worth it? I did a lot less points on my farm. Most of the kills got stolen. So yeah, I might, you know, maybe I should have saved the... There's a bit of competition for wave 20, so we got Jackie with the right hero, so worst case scenario with Kick PT, you know? We'll see, but he does a low rally cap, so he probably does not have pets. So I don't know what I should have done, but swapping 200% marksman seems to have been not a great... was not the best outcome. But you know, it's still decent, still 3 million points. It's not, nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. Does anyone have the link to the calculator? I have one, Psyche, on Discord, but that's not the latest version. They have a newer version. No, I did not really, because I have a shit ton of marksmen in my farm, so my farm took most of the kills. So, I mean, it's not bad, you know, but I think I might have... I'm doing like 7 million kills, 70 million kills here, and if you look at wave 16... I was doing, not this one, I was doing 90 million kills. So I was doing more kills with only Lancers. So that might have been a mistake. I might have lost like a, you know, a bit of points, but that's really little at the end of the day. It's not gonna matter much. Yeah, EFCD. Hopefully we don't fail. Oh, we need freaking... or we need Jackie to take over and he remove the gear. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Is he not even walking yet? So we have a bit of time. That could be an option as well. because PT has his heroes in the in the wrong spots. It was not easy to get the right ones. Samuel Watterson, so on the French account, on a new state, on a new server, can you explain the Crazy Joe event to max points? I mean, you just, you either split troops and you exchange with 5-6 people, or you exchange with 3, something like that. It's nothing too crazy at that stage. You don't have that many options, to be honest. I've been doing that on 2 accounts. On Kingshot lately, I've been doing that on 2 accounts. On Whiteout a year ago. You know, I do regularly restart and play until Gen 3, more or less, to make content as well. Jimmy as well is on a new state on Twitch, and he's confused about the Crazy Joe. We can talk about it, yes. So it's mostly equalizing your troops to, you know, 5-6 cities based on your march and making sure people are sending it back to you. That's really how you do it early. You just find people to trade with. Later, you know, you just reinforce whoever needs, and you don't need to trade as much. Gen 3+. Everyone has enough troops to... But you can still trade. Trading is good in the sense that it's gonna help you with... It's gonna help you with making sure you are reinforced as well. Because if you send your march to random people, you might be left naked or half naked, and you might burn because you don't have the right heroes. I'm gonna get a snack quick, and then I'm gonna answer the question. I want to thank you. You are doing a great job. Your film have helped me a lot. Thank you very much. Bit I'm not sure how to pronounce the rest. Bit, but thank you very much for the kind word. You know, I don't know, you know, if you guys have been doing contents in your life or have been like putting yourself out there. I've been doing that in written form, in podcast for many, many years. The glue, you know, did not really work. Let's put it that way. So I've been trying different things with blogging, podcasting, and it did not really work. But I was actually trying hard. Like I bought like an online course about learning how to do it and stuff. At the time, I was really trying hard and learning the skills and stuff. And then the YouTube channel was more the opposite. I end up kind of giving up on people asking me to do it. I did not want to make videos. I was kind of scared to make videos for a long time, especially with my accent in English and stuff like that. So I was like, that's why I was podcasting and not, you know, making videos, because podcast, you don't see people. It was not like a video podcast, it was an audio podcast. And the glue did not really work, you know, like I never had like so many, I mean, not even close to what I get right now. Like daily, I have people saying thank you every day for the last year and a half nearly. So it's a bit crazy, you know, when you think about doing content for like 6-7 years, and sometimes you feel you are kind of, you know, pouring your blog article or your podcast in the void. You see that there are people reading and watching, but nobody is saying thank you. Nobody is interacting with you just to say, even it's shit, you know, it's like, oh, it was crap. Can you do better? There was no negativity and no positivity. It was just like me feeling alone doing my content. And the YouTube channel, which I really did not try hard in terms of like my intention, was just making videos to help my alliance and help people. It kind of took on its own very quickly. So that's really nice. That's really, really nice. So you mean trading troops? Yes, between each other. So you will find, you know, people that, let's say you have T9 troops, you are at the beginning of the game. Hopefully you find someone with T9 or T10 and you're like, oh, okay, you know, can I, or you just, you know, you just share your location and you say, you know, empty, looking to trade troops, something like that. And you know, you arrange yourself on team chat, alliance chat, or in private, and you drive people to train troops. So if you have 100k, hopefully you get 100k back in your city, or a bit more sometimes. And you know, it could be sorry, wrong manipulation. I might take a quick break before Frostfire. My wife just came back home, and just need to talk to her a few things. Spend some time together. We don't really see each other much today, so I might just get an ice cream with her and I'll come back. But that's gonna be in like 10 minutes from now. Thank you, man. You're great. Thank you very much. So it's really, you know, it's really encouraging, motivating. It's really nice feeling to, you know, you do a video and sometimes it's not perfect and I've made mistakes as well, but, you know, it's really encouraging. So thank you very much for the support. It has been an amazing journey. I don't think, you know, I don't think you realize how lucky I am with that YouTube thing. So that's really cool. Thank you very much. Really, really cool experience. How did we do on Joe? Yeah, 100k points. So you see, like, all of these people are T12. So we got 8 people with T12. We did 100%, and we did 100% with, you know, with Geronimo, Philly, Rufus. But you know, we are Gen 11, right? So Rufus is insane. And, you know, PT is pretty strong as well. So, and we have T12, T11, FC10. So that's, but that if you do that, you know, if you do these kind of heroes, Gen 8, I would not bet that you are killing wave. You know, I would not bet on you, basically, unless you have a maxi wave. Jimmy, can you let me know on Twitch? Can you let me know the question you have about the event? Like, which gen are you? Are you like on really, really new state? And it's like your first event. So after the, you know, after the quick break, I'll cover it before we start Frostfire Mine, and I can help you with that as well. And what I really love as well about the, because you said I learned a lot from you, but you know, I could not have done that without people asking questions. I could not have done that with, you know, the guys on Wosner doing all the work and answering all my questions and like leaving written trail of what they are looking at. So even if they are not answering my question or I'm searching for myself, it's not that they are not, but I'm not asking, for example. I'm like, I'm gonna try to figure it out myself. Like without these guys, you know, we will be like in the dark, you know, we'll be so much in the dark about how the game is working, and we will keep saying stupid things like join with for Jesse and for Patrick. Hector works better than Joe. Yeah, I know, no, we know. It was just like he sent his Hector somewhere else to reinforce someone, and he was lazy to swap. So we hope for the best. And it worked, you know. So fair enough. It's fair, you know. We are far enough in the game that these things matter a bit less. But I've been helping a lot of people Gen 3, 4, 5. I'm actually that's something I wanted to do. Actually, I need to update myself. Like in my idea of videos to make, like Crazy Joe Gen 1, 3, 4, 5, like is big. Is really big because people have been struggling so much with that, and it's, you know, it's Crazy Joe 2021 already. That's a bit tough. But I have a list of few things to make, like a few suggestions from you and others. So, you know, and that's something that was very surprising as well. Learn from you. So you remind me. You remind me. But that's good to know that later you have some bandwidth with Crazy Joe and you don't have to always do it perfectly. And, you know, I guess it's good. Then I forgot what I was about to say. Because the wife sent a message that the ice cream is out of the freezer. So in 5 minutes, it's like, you know, it's not melted, but it's unfrozen enough that it's tasty and good to eat. I'm going to go in 5 for a tiny bit. I'm going to be back quick. Let's play a bit of that as well. I'm going crazy on that. If you guys remember what I was saying before I read your comments, Noe? I don't. What about the YouTube thing, right? Something else I had to say about it. I'm gonna go to 300. That's gonna be far enough for this time. That's a lot of roses, and I'm gonna buy a shit ton of widgets. Boom. Sometimes you see the chest like it's like you want to explode. What ice cream do you usually eat? I don't know what she... Usually it's like a Magnum, which like they have these... They are not a sponsor, but you know, if Magnum wants to sponsor me with ice cream, I might consider it. It's like these pistachio new Magnums like they've made. That's I really like that because it actually have the taste of pistachio. Usually Magnum is just like sugar, but it's actually a decent, you know, for like a big brand. I usually like more like artisanal, you know, how do you say, like these homemade kind of, you know, brands and like very local ice cream. And like, but you know, when we travel and we go for ice cream, I'm looking like online to find a very good one. Like I don't like ice cream that just tastes like sugar. Like I have no pleasure in, you know, if I want sugar, I have many other ways to get it than ice cream. So when I want an ice cream, I like something that has really good taste. And these are actually not bad for like, you know, big brand commercial one that you find in supermarkets. I've seen so many strategy video and I still don't get Crazy Joe. Will you be live during Crazy Joe? We just finished Crazy Joe solo, Eric, but I can talk about it. I'm gonna get an ice cream with my wife for 5 minutes now. And we're gonna do Frostfire mine, but I can explain all the Crazy Joe you want. We just finished it though. Wow. Boom. That's what we want. 100. That's my 5th time I get 100 roses on this event. So I have a bit of roses now. I have a tiny bit of roses. And I might do like crazy on... I might not do the city skin. I don't think I'm gonna do the city skin. I think I'm gonna go insane on widgets. Let's do one more if we can. But that's all I can do and afford for now. So I'm gonna go to 300, so I have 2 more days. So I need to chill a bit and I need to leave like maybe, you know, 20 chests for the next days or something. Maybe I stop here. And I'm just finishing and then last day I'm gonna go to 200. And I might likely, you know, do that. Then do that. So that's gonna be 200, 2,200. And then everything in pets after that, probably. Probably everything in pets. But Solo Eric, let me know what's confusing still for you. Because if you watch some videos, you should have basic understanding. So for example, Crazy Joe is a 3-turn fight. Bear is 10 turns. A rally is 30, 40 turns. Sometimes it could be 60, 70, 80 turns for a rally. So that's giving you an idea. It's not important in that case. But like Crazy Joe is a unique, very, very short fight. So that's something to know, and then you need to understand how the turns are working, but that I can explain after the break if you want to. So you need to understand the turns, that's really important. Let me see, Demon, okay. Because I got a lot of messages and emails, but they can wait. Just double checking, but everything can wait, because my phone is just like, you know. And then you need to understand the mechanism of some of the skills of the joiner of the heroes to make the right decision for HQ. If you if the problem is for HQ, for example, that's very different. Things like that. So that's we can talk about all you want. But I'll be back in 5 and I'll get Frostfire Mine out of the way first. We'll play Frostfire Mine, which takes half an hour of focus as well. And after that, I can stay online for a good hour if you guys want. To play a bit like the marbles, we can do a bit of marbles. We can do a bit of answering question as well. But that's gonna be, you know, we will need like Frostfire Mine is in 15 minutes and I'm gonna take a break. So that's gonna be after. So I don't know if you will still be there. I think I'm doing something wrong. Are you a rally leader? Have you, is Mia good in arena with a level widget 10? I mean, probably Alex, you probably want Mia to tank. Mia is not really good in arena, but with a high widget, she will have a lot of health. So you can have like 2 marksmen at the back, plus Molly at the back, and you can have infantry and Mia at the front. I don't know your other heroes, but if you are free to, I mean, you're not free to play with these widgets, but yeah, so that's something I'll consider. But usually Molly is good for AoE. Mia is, is not bad, but she does not do area of effect damage, so that's very limited. And the rest, I'll come back after the break, guys. I'm just gonna get ice cream, and I'm gonna come back in 5 minutes. I'll see you in 5. I'll leave the game running if you want to see like something like an animation. I'll give you a nice globe skin of Dash. I'll be right back in like, just eating an ice cream. That's, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. Be right back. And I'm back. I'm a bit lost. So, Ogar, Nyam. Have you ever thought about changing your alliance? I guess there are more to come. I have a time in the game where it has become a bit monotonous for me. I think about changing the alliance. I have some great people in the current one. I mean, I've changed alliance a lot. Initially, I played on 4-2-2. Then we changed alliance 3 or 4 times. It was insane. Like everyone, we had whales that were changing alliance all the time. And every time a whales was changing alliance, everyone was following. So it was insane. Like alliances change all the time. Then I started over in 655, which I changed alliance maybe once there. Then I transferred 4 times to be here. Then I was in EAT for a year, and then I moved to car. So I changed quite a bit, but the game will be monotonous probably somewhere else as well. It's like these games are very repetitive in some way. These games are long term when you think about it. They are not like they are very intense at the beginning, maybe the first few months, but they get very repetitive as well, and that's what it is. Let me sit for a bit. I'm gonna be more comfortable for Frostfire mine. So what's, do you miss, I don't know, sometimes it's like people from your same language maybe. When you have an alliance chat that you need to translate every second, it's boring, at least to me. I like to have be mostly in an English-speaking community, because I'm already lazy to participate in alliance chat, but then if I need to translate every single messages, does not work for me, so that's the thing I'm looking for. International community with mostly English people. That's important, but that you have to see for yourself. I don't know if that's fun. People that play the game, quite seriously, that's important to me, and that's fun, like Foundry, things like that. So yeah, this what could make it more fun for you? Sometimes it's just not the right kind of game as well. That's an option. And health needs to be looked at. What do you miss? It's like the feeling of being in a sport team, like very competitive, or the other way around is like the feeling of being in a family. And we don't care, we care a bit less about performances and everyone's contribution and everyone carrying their weight, but we are more like, like a family, basically. These things are, again, very personal. And you have to see a bit for yourself what's, it's like kind of an investigation, that you have to do to figure out these things. It's like put your detective hat on and be like, okay, what do I miss? What do I want? Did I already log on my farm? I already did log on my farm. So Frostfire mine in 3 minutes. Let's see, I'm gonna use free-to-play. I think next time I'm gonna use the whale strategy next stream. We will see if I can do it. But this time it's gonna be the free-to-play because I've been saving for 3 months and a half, so my bags are full and my power is low. So I'm not gonna try to be to compete with the big dudes. I'm gonna chill today. What's your opinion on transfers? It's a very important part of the game. For the health of the game, it's super important. Personally, as a player, you can leverage that a lot. There is a lot of power in transferring. Really, a lot of things you can do with it. That's really cool, I find. My assumption, for me, I will find a group of people I can play anywhere. I don't have any doubt about that. It might take in a range of states, right? Finding a good place. I'm not a very, like, how do you say? How would you say that? But not I have like some expectation, but I have a few key ones and I don't have that many, so I can fit in many groups. They need to be international, they need to be playing decently well. I don't care if it's not perfect. Today Crazy Joe was not perfect, it's never perfect. But people that care enough are willing to learn a bit, improve a bit, And, you know, we might not play perfectly all the time, but, you know, that's good enough, right? I don't need like to be in the best, most elite group of the game. That's not required. I used to want that when I was younger in games. I wanted to play with the best and try to be the most competitive and things like that. And, you know, eventually, you know, that was not as important. How do you put bear emoji in the text in the banner for the bear trap? There is a... how do you call, like, these things are Unicodes. I have a guide on Discord about it. I don't know how it works exactly. It's like Unicode. Like, you have to copy, like, I have the list on Discord. You have to copy paste like a code and that's do something in the game, and that's, I don't really understand that stuff, you know. Let's see, like I can do that if I want to. If I just copy paste that little rectangle that you see right now, even it might be very small. If I send it, it's gonna be some meat, right? Because that's, it looks like a square or rectangle with like things in it, but like for the game, it's a special code, right? It's like specific characters and stuff. So the game reads it a bit differently than what I just copy pasted. That's pretty good. That's a, you know, that's a lot of level 2 around me. That's a lot of people around me too, but wow, that's a shit ton of very high level players. With only 60 in the battlefield, so hopefully they transfer. Why don't you use the big gymnastic ball? I have one, but, and I'll sit on it if you want, but then, you know, it makes me move even more. I'm not very stable when but I have one. I usually use it to put on my feet, so that's, I use this kind of thing. That's a lot better for the back, they say. So I bought it last month or 2 months ago now. But so that's why I bought like a standing desk that is not a manual one. I used to have a manual one, but you know, when I stream, that takes 2 minutes to put it up or down. And you know, it will move the screen and stuff, so it was not really practical. So I bought like these balls, like these big orthopedic, we call them. I don't know if that's... so that's really helpful for the back, they say. But, you know, I still like my chair, to be honest. I don't have back pain. I don't have issues. It's more like, I know that I'm doing a lot of computer. I'm sitting a lot. So, you know, even if I stand up 2 hours a day and I'm sitting on the ball an hour or 2 a day, that's a lot better than being full day on the chair. First Frostfireman on a new account. Let's see. You should be first easy. I mean, I don't know in Whiteout if people know how to play by now, but in Kingshot, like, it's stupid. In Kingshot, like, I played it twice and I was first twice, but like, the first time I played with 4 marches, the second time I came in like 2 minutes late. So it's like, it was really insane. Oh, we are nearly level 2, so that's not that good. But we are 92. Some people have been complaining they have been having like 140 people Frostfire mine. I'm a bit curious. Yeah, I mean, we have a French company that's popular for that. It probably did not invent anything. It's probably like a trend in the US or somewhere, but they're high quality, at least. That's something that's important. So very important to get that as soon as possible because, you know, I'm gonna kill a lot of these soon. And that before they go out, 25%. So that's the free-to-play strat we use. I'm gonna go yeah, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. It's not really good, right? I need to kind of find a better spot. It's not really crazy to be only level 3 by now, you know. Can I find a better spot? That's very decent. So I've lost 1 minute of that. I totally forgot I need to trigger that. So let's trigger that. So level 4 is a lot better now with the new system. And I'm gonna trigger it at 25:18, so I need to keep track of that. It's gonna be 24:18. And see if I can get a bit more points with some of the patrols here. I'm a bit close to the level 2 area, which I don't like usually. It's not something I like too much. That's never working really well for me in the past. And it's gonna be, you know, another minute before we get to new patrols. So let me pop some mines. Let me get the level 2 first. And 18, so that's gonna be perfect. That's gonna be 16, so that's gonna be... Yes, I just got the 5k. And patrol's gonna start to spawn like in 10 sec from now, more or less. They could already be in some, you know, sometime they are a bit sooner. And what I like is like I'm close to someone, but that someone is not active, not playing. So far it's good. And they can respawn more or less any time now for the patrols. It's closer to 23:30. It's gonna be 23:16 for me for the 5k. That's where eventually you can start to use, you know, the one to find the patrols, because they're gonna direct you to closer to where they are. Spawning nearby your city for the first ones, and then should be all okay later. And hopefully in the level 2 area, people are gathering a bit. They're just a bit far, so I'll love to get some more, you know, a bit closer to me eventually. For easy, faster back and forth, more or less. But that's 12 in point. That's not great. It's not a crazy start. Yeah, this one I could have got it, but... And I'm behind by a lot. I totally missed the time here. So we got the level 5. That's what's important. So it's gonna be 47, 46. So I lost 30 sec there. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of little points. But it's really easy to unlock the skills now, to be honest. That's really cool. And we said 46, something like that. So one is here, but I'll keep it for me. Maybe we get that as well. Wow, he's speeding up marches, lol. Fair enough, buddy. So I need to send. And it's gonna be 41, so that's only 5 secs, so that's quite decent. And I'm probably catching up a bit right now. That was decent points. We have a bit of a more quiet minutes right now. It's gonna be a bit quiet until. Maybe I can try to snipe a few. No, snipe that. There you go. They are respawning again, so that's perfect. I can get a few, not too far. They need to come back, so they need to be less than 30 seconds away. They need to come back for meteor. Why I cannot collect them that far? Let's try to pop some of these as well. We have a bit of time. So I got it at 2038, so it's going to be 1938, which is pretty good for the volcano. That's a good time to have. See, that's a bit more. Let's call it back, because volcanoes are 20 sec. That's 6, so points-wise is decent. Yeah, not a perfect start. I'm a bit too close to middle, but it's not overcrowded. We're 107, it's not too bad. So, wow, volcanoes are very, very bad though, right now. What do you do when you have bad volcanoes? You send them the far first. And you're gonna get a patrol or two. Let me get that, so that should be 36, so I should get the 5k. Let's double check to be sure. Yeah, I got the 5k, so that's perfect. And I'm gonna try to get some from the patrol. They are not close to me as well. So it's really overall not really good. And if this guy is stronger than me, we don't know. At least he does not have a spender skin. That's a bit better. But 25 sec is a bit far. I'm gonna wait for the 5k because it's more than a volcano. Let's see if I get it. It will be 32. Maybe I send 1 sec too late, too early. No, I get it 32. That's perfect. And I'm gonna get a bit in the volcano as well. So let's pop that. Wow. It's not too bad. It's really not too bad. So here we need to find a new wave of volcanoes. Probably get a bit further than middle if I can. Is that 3, 4? I'm gonna go here. You know, I'm not gonna take the risk of... Unless here is better. Why here is better? It's very close to middle, but... to the edge, sorry, not to middle. I lowered the size of my game by mistake, so hopefully that's still okay. Hopefully, guys, you can still see it. Here, here, here. Where is OBS? OBS is still here. That's really the trick, right? You teleport, you try to get extra volcanoes and stuff. I might try to make the dude leave as well. And hopefully if you check now, I'm 3. I'm not that far from the other dudes. I'm just a bit close to the edge. That's the part I don't like too much. And I've lost track of time when it comes to the mines. That's the only thing I don't like right now. So in that case, you send back and forth until you trigger it. So I did not trigger it. Gonna be 7 seconds, so if I trigger it, it's gonna be around 16. And I did trigger it, so that's perfect. So that was 1601 or 16. And I'm gonna go to different mines to trigger them around to get the corners. That's still very decent. And next SVS, I'm gonna blast Cathy as well. Cathy's gonna take... I'm gonna go crazy on expert next SVS, so... I really don't want to be lagging behind on these anymore. Thanks to you guys again. If you didn't know, I have a content creator link from the official store, which really support my work. With whenever you buy, you don't have any extra cost, but I get a little commission, and that really helped me to strengthen my account. And do fun things in game as well. I can do a lot more content with the free-to-play content. I've been doing a lot of it, and that's easy to have a free-to-play account. So I missed that. I need to keep track of the time. I should get 5K now. Yes, it was 14:41. And good luck to whoever is playing right now. If you watch, you might be inside your own match. So I have a few at 1 minute. That's a bit far, to be honest. I tend to avoid, at least not too many. If you send all your matches to 1 minute, you might lose a lot around you, and it might be a lot of points wasted. If you don't have an option, that's decent. They have a lot of neighbors as well. And not many, but they're gonna come back, the patrols. It's at the stage where they're gonna come back. Let's go, Xen. Catch up. Come on, do it. Let's yeah, see, they are coming back right now. I have no idea. I just said how much, but I did not track in my head the time, so I need to check that. So 4 sec was 13:22. That's easy. Still 3. So, we are 3 at the top so far. I need to see if I can get middle. And we send 30:23, right? So 12:23, something like that. I have one nearby, but I'm trying to keep it for later. I'm trying to secure the one far from now. And I have meteors coming back for the mine, so we are all good here. I need to send one away, and I can keep one for the mine. So it's gonna be 12:17. 12:16. And I have 2 minutes to optimize for, so I can do 2 waves of monsters if they are like more or less 30 seconds away. That works. That's doable. People are not really hunting, the patrols too bad, so that's really comfortable so far. With 112 people, it's not too crazy. Can be a bit worse. I kind of need to get one march a bit sooner for the mine, for the 5K. Else I would have, I should not have sent one. You can do that without, spending gems. You just need to keep one march. I'm trying to rank, so not trying to burn my gems. But I'm trying to rank if I can. So it was like 13, 11, 10. So it's going to be 10, 10, 10, 10, 12, something like that for the next 5K. Can I get him out? Probably can't. Let's do that. Let's secure. Let's get that. It's gonna be 10:09. Bam, bam, bam. It's gonna still be good for ranking, and let's try to see. But here, it's gonna be, they're closer to me than this, so it's gonna be a bit tough to get them before them. But the dude seems to be gathering level 1 mine, so it's actually not that bad, to be honest. To be with someone stuck in level 1. I'm gonna leave him in his level 1. Because if I kick him out, he might start to gather other things. That's what, sometimes you want to kick people out and try to see if they teleport away. Sometimes you want to leave them alone. I'm happy with him being alone. Let's trigger the 5K. It's gonna be, should be good enough. It's gonna be 9:06. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Strongest troops towards someone that you know is around. People are teleporting a lot here, so it's not really good. Let's get, let's not fight. Let's secure some points. Oh, I got kicked out as well. See? Like that's not a main march, but that's 4K point I'm not gonna get. What I can slowly, securely get half of that more or less with the patrols. Still 5K points I'm not gonna get from killing patrols instead, but sometimes it's just better to be safe. Well, I get it, but that was really close. Oh, come on. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move away. That's not really good spot here. That's amazing spot. If I can get here, that's amazing spot. That's 5. 5, 6. I'm gonna just wait for most people to gather. That's insane value right here. That's gonna be the 5K as well. Yes. So I'm gonna go middle as well when I can. But I'm gonna enjoy these as much as possible. That should be my main march, so let's try to see if we can get it middle. While there are some blood and people are changing a bit, when they are not really like settling yet, maybe there is a bit of chance. That move was really good for points. I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but that move was really good for point. I just need to get the 5K back on track. That's the only thing I don't know. And I could not get inside. That's something I need to figure out if I have a chance. Yeah, he's not that strong. He's quite stronger than me, but he's not that strong. So clear have a chance again if that he's the strongest. If he's not. But you cannot when the march is returning. So let's come back home a bit faster. Bam, 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 bam. Let's get points. And next time my march hits home, I'm gonna send it again. There is a chance it's worse for me to really try to get middle here, if you know there is not someone stronger. So I did not get the 5k, so that was a bit too soon. But I lost track of it. But you see, we are already there. We are second for points. And I need to see how it goes middle. The only thing that can really put me below is like if people are accumulating middle and I don't. That's the kind of only risk here. I'm gonna get my main march back, so let's get it. But that seems to be someone that's quite stable for a while. And she's quite stronger. Okay. So I'm not gonna go too crazy. We should have a refresh of as well of I don't know if that level 2 refreshed or not, but it looked like. Kind of look like it. Yeah, that's the wrong pick. And let me secure these 5. So then 3 more times. So I just need to make sure I'm not messing that up. That's going to be a lot of points. So it was 353. I think that's the one that's a lot stronger, so that's probably maxed or a lot closer. That's not going to happen. Middle's not going to happen anymore. We can make our peace with it. That's the issue with my strategy, you know. But I prefer to be safe than gambling. I can take the risk. I can move. Wow, that's a lot of. That's the issue when you don't pay attention to close by. You can delay the 5k by a bit. That's okay. I still have a lot of margin. It's gonna be 247. Killing in the end is better than mining. Yes, it's better than mining level 1 and level 2. Only level 3 mining is best than everything else. Wow, I killed the game by mistake. I need to change a bit my desktop setup. I have my things overlapping a bit and sometimes I'm misclicking. It's not the end of the world, but I just don't know if I did the 5k anymore. Probably I've done it. I might have lost 5k because of that. No, I did not, so that's good. See, like I'm second still. I'm still second and I cannot beat... You cannot beat a well strategy, right? There is a well strategy that you cannot beat that way, but you can beat everybody else. At least as far as I know. Let's get to level 2. Did I get my main march? Deployed. 50 sec. So that's gonna be good. Let's one last try for middle. I'll need to speed it up a bit, but first let's settle on these. There are a lot of points around. You get a free teleport at the end, so you can always get it. No, these are good to get. Just need to speed that up a bit just in case I get lucky. And can I squeeze a few more points? I need to get a mine as well. That's the only thing I need to secure. 28 sec, that's perfect. 24, 36. I can get one more and the last one will be for the mine. That's gonna trigger 5k. All is in control. Yes, I don't care. Can I get corners maybe? No, I cannot get corners. So let's see if I get lucky here. Boom! She's too strong. She's too strong. So it is what it is, but before the middle, that's how it looks like. And I'm pretty happy with it. That's a very decent run. So I get 4 because of middle. So that's the only downside. Yeah, people that made... I mean, she could have made a lot more points. That's, you know, when you see a whale that's that strong, that make only that amount of points, they are not executing right. They got middle a bit. So it is what it is. Still happy with it. And you get, you know, that's not too bad from KT, you know. That starts to be really good. Plus level 4 is, you know, well, that's what you get with the buff from KT. I get that the total reward. Or that she's doubling that, I don't know. Oh, sorry, I misclicked. So we got the Frostfire mine bonuses. You finish 5th. That's still good, I guess. But that was for not insane. We got who? We got AD 3rd, Luffy Sharkio 9. So that's, you know, many people are ranking. PT is always first, but he can do the well strategy, so, you know. Depend on how strong you are. The well strategy, you cannot really beat it. The only thing you need to be, that's really important, is you need to be able to maintain level 3 mines and not being kicked out of level 3 mines easily. Because you want to gather under the gathering buff, which is from the talent. That's better than collecting the meteor, the volcanoes. That's better than collecting everything else, the patch fault and stuff. So you pop the buff, you gather on 6 mines. And then with 1 mine, you just trigger the 5,000 points every minute. Once you get your talent unlocked, and that's the best way to play, and that's by far the better and the best. And people, I think, I've seen whales above 900k points now with that strategy. They used to be able to make more above than 600k points before KT, but now I've seen people like at least, I think it was 800k. And I'm wondering if it was not 900k eventually. So that's really crazy. But you see, like, he has 300k troops. And he's not crazy, you know. He's like very solid, but that's not insane, you know. But still a long way to go for me. Still a long way to go before I get there. But we did Crazy Joe, so that's all I had to do today. So I'm all yours, guys, if you want to talk about anything. We can go back to Crazy Joe if you want to. If the people are curious about it, we can look at some reports. Just gonna put back my farm into the Alliance. I'm gonna take care of these little things, but beyond that, I'm all yours. Half an hour, that's what I can do. So then I need to be the man of the house for a bit before going back to work and doing taxes. Yeah, it's almost a 2-person rally. Yeah, that's what KT is insane. So that's why I'm gonna blast KT next time a bit, and to, you know, that's gonna be helping a lot, I guess. But I want to do the chill strategy. I think on stream is like, I got like a year of recordings of me doing the free-to-play strategies. I can always do it on a second account. I can do it. I'll do it on on Kingshot every 2 weeks anyway as well. So there are like plenty of opportunities to see the free-to-play stuff. There is no shortage of me doing free-to-play strategies. Before, after KT does not matter. It's just a bit harder to rank, but you can still get top 10. I'm Gen 3, what the best way to build for a rally leader? It depends on his budget, right? There are some gens, they are better with Lancers, some gens that are better with Marksman. So, you know, if he's the kind of spender that can do anything he wants, then all troops. If he's more of a Dolphin or smaller whale, then I will go Marksman. Yes, Marksman will be better. But Gen 3, you can still play a bit Lancers if you want to. But starting Gen 4, you can start to be 48 for 48 or 40-0-60. You can play like... He basically needs Molly or Fiddy to play in Garrison. With Marksman, both are working very well. If he only has one, that's okay, especially if he's a Dolphin. If he's a big whale, he can do both. He can always catch them up to have like more options. But they are very, very close. And then you want to have Mia, widget level 10 as well. You will have Molly or Fiddy widget level 10 for Garrison and Mia for offense. And then, you know, it's just one infantry hero, every 3 gens at least, probably. And every marksman hero he can. And that's going to be a good base. He can do Geronimo, I guess he has it, but that's going to be working for a while offensively. He had the globe in Gen 3. I mean, he can probably do whatever he wants. But marksman overall, if he has to choose, is overall a bit more powerful. It's just a bit it's just a bit harder for garrisoning because it's harder to replenish your marksmen, so Lancers are very convenient for that. Lancers are really, really convenient. That's a really nice thing. Top. I mean, he kicked his ass. Oh, he got kicked. That's not a crazy account, but that's a very decent one, though. That's a very decent one. All T12. That's gonna be me in a bit, hopefully. Hopefully I can get there in a few months. Yeah, but Globe Gen 3 is insane already. It's like really... Especially if, you know, he could be deep into the globe as well sometimes. There are globes and globes, you know? There are 100k globes and 50k globes with gems. And they are not the same accounts. They are really not. Did we do Crazy Joe here? Or did they do it later today? 21. I can do Crazy Joe eventually. For once. For once I can do Crazy Joe. Do I gather? I'm gonna leave it auto-hunting. Maybe I'm just gathering some coal. Maybe I'm just doing two marches of coal. Because that's what I need the most. And it's gonna be good enough. So shall we play? What shall we play here? Did we play that? I did that. Very unlucky this time. I'm gonna do the marbles. I have some marbles if you want to throw some marbles. Not much, but... Can you judge my account if I share? We can have a look quickly. Yeah. Well, that's good. 500. Let's do 5 by 5 so we have some. Daily mission. I mean, I should probably stop for today and try my luck tomorrow, so I get a bit more from the daily missions here. We can do the lost loot quickly. So people told me not to do the corners. Not very convinced by that. I'll try on my farm. One dude on the YouTube comments. And this one we know from the expert, they are very simple. Boom. So 4x4, so it's somewhere here, so middle makes sense here. So we know that, and this one could only be here, right? Oh, it's a 3. These are easy peasy. Do you send it to me? I'm gonna go back to my main in like a minute. We're just gonna do that quick and... And, you know, it's gonna be like few levels. Just to warm up to see if they change something or not, but... just to try not to do the corner, but the bombs are not always... I mean, then the bombs might be where you click, actually. That might be a thing, you know. That's what I'm wondering about the bombs and the missile. Maybe they are actually not somewhere on the board, they are where you click. But here, for me, it makes all the sense in the world to do the corners. But if you have you have a missile here, it's actually okay, you know. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. If they are here and here, so that's a 3, that's a 3. Which one is it? It's a 4, right? It's a 4, it's a 3. So the other 3 can be here or can be somewhere here. See, boom. Okay. Then maybe the corners are not the best. Maybe I take it back. I don't think it changed much, to be honest. But it seemed that the missile are a bit wherever you click and not just in the corners. That's gonna be here, so then, you know, here the corners actually make sense. Perfect. So it can be here, or it can be anywhere here. Let's finish this one. That's a lot of options here. Boom! Stage 7. How do you like it? I mean, for Spender, I think it's an amazing event. Here, the corners do not make sense. You better do that. Because you clear everywhere, so that's... If you have a bomb, that's insane. And you often have a bomb. That was the last one, so it does not really help. The value, I mean, I did not calculate it, but it really feels good. Here, I think the corners make all the sense in the world as well. We know everything. Don't know what the best value in the shop. It's mithril and secrets. From a pure value standpoint. I'm missing one, so we're gonna wait for next time, I guess. What else can I do here? Did I spin the lucky wheel? I did spin the lucky wheel, so we cannot see the lucky wheels. I'm gonna keep my 50 spins for tomorrow to complete. And what else? Marbles, we said we keep for tomorrow. We got enough of these mission rewards for today. That's gonna happen soon. That's gonna happen soon. And the rest is good. So let's go back. I'll check if there is your report as well. I love, baby, love. So that's you on the left, right? Again, I mean, that's a very weird... Is that a rally? That might be a rally or a city, something like that. Where is that? That was Foundry, so that was likely... That's 3 times the troops, so it's a bit much. I mean, that seems to be very similar. That seems to be very similar, but that's very strong. Like, your widget is very strong. You probably spend a bit, right? If Gen 3, you are there with level 5 heroes, you know, that's... I don't know how much you spent in the game, but that has a bit of a cost here. The only thing that is... No, that's all okay. I mean, these are all okay. You get the boots and the glove, that's the right ones. You get the goggles and the boots. You leave your lancers behind quite a bit. You are using the right ratio. I mean... Just the troops, right? I mean, he had no infantry, but... Lightly injured, yeah. I mean, that could have worked. He had no infantry, but that's still a lot more troop than you. It's a bit tough. The stats are not that crazy of a gap, but, you know, for FC3, that looks solid enough to me. It's a rally I'm building for Bear. Yeah, but I mean, that's... I mean, if you care to burn cities, you have to balance your infantry and your lancers, and your infantry and your marksmen. You will have to have health on your marksmen. That's gonna be important, because of if you play against lancers, they're gonna attack your marksmen and you want them to survive. But beyond that, you cannot do everything at once. But if you have to catch up, maybe you catch up here first, you know. But that seems what you are doing already. So, you know, there's not much to say. You know, you are doing what you should. I don't know if you had a specific question, but unless you are doing something very... You know, I'm accepting all friend requests, but it's not gonna last forever. I have 1 million. I start to have a... Some of them I need to clean up, you know, it's unusable, but I don't really use it. But if you want to friend me, that's cool. Just know that if I remove you, it has nothing to do to be personal or anything. It's just not practical for me to have a... The little I use it, my friend list, it's just unpractical to have 100 of people. I don't know who they play, what state they are. I'm not blocking any chat, so you can contact me. You don't need to friend me to contact me as well. That's open for business, I guess. That's tomorrow. I'm looking for that. It's so weird, like to click on the dino and to arrive in the ice team thing. You know, my brain is not used to it. I'm kind of looking for for something else. And yeah, let's do a bit of middle. That's good then. I just wanted to know your opinion on things I can improve. But like, you are going in the right direction. So unless you are not sure what to do on something special, but you know, you cannot do everything. So, you know, I don't... For me, it looks all good what you do. You know, whenever you can, when you have a bit of mythic pieces, you improve your... if you are really focused on bear, we just got the 500. Amazing. That's 2 times out of 4. So I'm going to stop at 4 out of 4 if we get it, you know. If you play bear, you can unbalance your marksman a lot and you can, you know, skip a bit infantry again. That's really okay. But if you care to play other things and you will want to do infantry as well, you will want to do infantry lethality eventually. That's not, you know, that's not useless as well. 500 again, that's pretty good. Let's go. I got it 4 times yesterday as well. I don't get it this time. Middle is actually not too bad to get both. To get a bit of everything. So for me, you are doing well. It's just a question of what are your priorities, and either you go marksman stronger than infantry quite a bit, and then you care about bear, or you want to burn cities and stuff, and then you do your infantry too. But your lancers, you can leave them behind if you want to. Everything else looks good. Oh, we got something, right? So we got middle for sure, because that's... There was first the little red dot here at the top, and here then the little red dot here. So that's the mission. So that's all I wanted to get is here. I'm at 200. I'm gonna go to 1,000 this event. I got 30,000 coins. So what we can do with 13,000? Well, we cannot do much yet. It's gonna need to be far higher than that. That's very peanuts at that stage. So that's what I bought. Yeah, I don't know if I even opened things in my bag. What do I have? 3 of these, 50 of these, 50. That's not bad. That's good. I want shift gear. That's from earlier. We got a bit more, which means we can open 1 chest. No, we cannot open 1 chest. We've done everything today, so. Just 1 sec. Oh, but I know what it is. Okay, fair enough. That's more or less it for me, guys, today. We can do a bit. Do I want to record Lost Loot video? I might keep it for making a video about playing, like maybe a chill playing the game, no comment music. I want to try new things as well for the channel if people, you know, like. Because it seems that even people, I keep reminding people that looking at, you know, other, you know, how it was for other people does not mean a lot to you, but somehow people care about that, so. But that's gonna happen and that's gonna be great because that's XP. I need a lot of XP right now, so it's gonna be amazing. Plot the packs, so I'll do that, all of that a bit later. That's gonna be how many mithril? That's gonna be 17 mithril. That's gonna be 27 mithril, so that's not insane, but that's a good amount. That's gonna be a lot of fire crystal. I really need fire crystal as well. I'm burning through all my fire crystal to go to like crazy amount of refine, but I'll need to find a source. I need to find the source of fire crystal somewhere. I need to find a tap of fire crystal for in the next 3 weeks. Else it's not gonna work. So what else for you guys? I have everything I wanted to do is done in game, so I'm yours. I don't know if Jimmy, you are still here on Twitch. We did not go back to you for Crazy Joe, but I was waiting for clarification if you're around. Happy to do that. And you're welcome, Alex. Let me know if it was what you need. Someone know where the popcorn emoji is coming from? Someone's asking on Discord. I don't remember. I do not recall. And something, you know, like the gear to level 39, it requires a lot of XP, which is rough at the beginning of the game. But you got already a lot of stats for 10 mithril, right? Because you go from, you need, I forgot how many pieces of mythic gear you need to upgrade it, but you need 2 from that to to red, you need 2. Then you need XP until 19. Then you can do mithril 10. Then you can do XP until 39. So that's why a lot of people are doing a lot of 39. It's because it's only 10 mithril. It's a decent amount of mythic gear, but that's affordable for most compared to like going higher level of Essence Stone. Essence Stone is insane. Later level of Essence Stones are totally ridiculous. You know, you need like, I mean, you need 1 extra per 10 Essence Stones here. So it's like 1 410, 2 420, etc. So then you need 7, 8, 9, 10 for the last level. It's really insane in terms of mythic gear. So going far with that is very, very hard with Essence Stone. It requires big focus on mythic gear and a lot of money. When mithril is a lot more chill and has a very good impact. So many people are doing mithril first, but doing like, you know, maybe some to 59 for the main stats and then everything green. That's probably very good to start with to get some stats as well. Okay, cool. Thank you, Xen. See you soon. Thank you for being here again. My bottleneck for now is XP and Essence Stones. I have a lot of mithril and mythic gear. It's not gonna be for long for the mythic gear. I can guarantee that to you. Mythic gear is really a bitch. It's really tough. I'm actually considering editing my guide to say to people that never stop taking the mythic gear here. Never stop. Don't ever buy the mithril. Even free to play, I think. I think the mithril here is a distraction. I think you need the mythic gear. That's very rare source as free to play or low spender that you can get regular from that is guaranteed, not based on luck, and that's really needed. So I think I used to say, you know, oh, you know, do mithril, that's okay. But that was before you get to like a few levels of 10 plus Essence Stones. It's just insane. Because the more mithril you got, the more mythic gear you need. And the less mythic gear you have, so yeah, it's a bit of a kind of creating your own problems, right? We just got experts focused on Olger for mythic gear. Yeah, that's gonna help. Yeah, that's gonna help for sure. Like I've been helping like 2 or 3 whales. I'm gonna sit on the chair a bit. So 1 second, just need to put back the balloon. So yeah, I've been helping like whales welling up, you know, in private, like people that ask me, that kind of the coach of the whale. Usually the whale don't have time to look into that. So you always have a player coaching the early whales. Usually that's how it goes. So they have that dude talking to me usually. And they bought, all of them, the 3 of them bought crazy amount of mithril, crazy amount of essence stones, crazy amount of whatever. And they had like 10 pieces of mythic gear. And they're like, we got SVS soon, or we got a Sunfire Castle, local Sunfire Castle we want to fight, and what could we increase? And there are 12 points of mythic gear, and I was like, you can literally upgrade nothing with that. Because the dude was 10 plus on all the Essence Stone, you know? So yeah, so that's really a tough one. I'm not sure, I'm really hesitating to make a video about it, but I'm not too sure, because that's really a whale problem early days, and late game it's a everyone problem. But early days is really a whale problem, so... Even, you know, when I unlock VIP 12, I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy the charm. You know, I don't need that. I don't need the meeting gear. You should buy it, you know, I'm gonna buy the charm. Then, you know, 2 months later, I was like, wow, I was so stupid. I should have bought the mythic gear so much. It was nowhere near close to a tiny bit of charms. It was nowhere near. Like, not even close. So. And if you can do arena the last 2 minutes, it's amazing. Yeah, for me, I sleep, so... And, you know, the first few weeks of Whiteout, I kind of gave up a bit of sleep for the game, but I understood that, you know, it's not gonna be that kind of game that I play for 2 weeks. And I want to mess up my life schedule, so... But yeah, it's a bit tough. I said to everybody in my alliance to get as much mithril and mythic as they can get to prepare for the bottleneck, unless usually Sunstones come easy if they are in top alliances and do better. Yeah, that I agree. And when you start to get, you know, you have a few big whales eventually, and you get your Cyril, you know, 60 plus, she does very decent, you know. Between the extra points and between all of that, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna max her as well. I mean, I'm gonna max her. I'm gonna put that to max for the XP. I mean, that to max, I don't care, but that's gonna be... I'm really gonna push experts. Next is VS. Fabien gonna be close too. That's gonna be easy enough, so I can get most of these as well. Valeria, I'm not gonna rally lead in SVS anytime soon. So Valeria, I'm just gonna finish this, and that's gonna wait. I think I'm gonna do a bit of Fabian, because I'm kind of helping in Foundry, and I could be a garrison leader a lot sooner here. Then I'm gonna do a bit of Rone. I want to finish Rone as well. That's really important. The next time we have Alliance Showdown, so that's gonna happen. And then, you know, Olger is done. I'm at the research. So all these ones are done, so... Flow 3. Yeah. So these are gonna happen slowly, you know. I don't really care to push them, but I want like all of them 90. So her 90, him 90, her 90 if I can. Then it's gonna be Ronnie 90, and then it's gonna be Romulus to start to unlock these at least and get, you know, half of the levels here at least on this, and maxing that one. Not that much, and you know, the loyalty badge are very welcome. The extra troops, when it will be T12 troops, you know, that's gonna be amazing. 600 T10 troops a day for free. That's gonna be insanely good. Should I stream Dreamscape? No, I'm gonna stream for the French folks. Thursday pour les Français, jeudi soir. Because what else gonna happen this week? I'm gonna stream Saturday for local Sunfire Castle. You know, Wild Brawl, whatever. Did they change Wild Brawl? Wasn't it Friday to Sunday? I mean, Friday to Saturday? Did they move it by 1 day or not? Do you guys remember? I feel that it was moved. How much is your Romulus? He's very weak. I barely invested in him, so I think I invested like 30, 40 sigils. Because what happened with Romulus is, if you pass level 30, right? He's stuck at level 30 and it takes like 80 sigils, which takes forever. But if you pass level 30, you can get that skill from like 3 or 4 to 7. You know, and that's a bit more. That's quite a bit more, right? So that's why I pushed a tiny bit on Romulus to get that one from here. Hey, look, bienvenue. I was thinking when to push expert. I'm ready on top of the cross that KOI, but I can't. What can't you believe, Sesh? But for me, the goal will be all of the 90 and then Romulus to slowly work my way toward being, you know, having more chance to be rally leading in places. I'm still a long way to go, but thanks to you guys, it's gonna be possible, hopefully. So I'll start that journey slowly. What's your opinion about deering myself during SVS battle phase to get the top rank for the event on the long run? I've been doing that many times. You know, it's just too much now, but I've been doing that many times. For me, it was always my insurance to stay below the power cap to transfer. So that was, you know, before I found my home, basically, when I was still looking to transfer quite a lot. I'll zero myself every SVS, so I'll try to get rank 1, which I got quite a few times around Gen, you know, 5 and 6. Then, you know, I came to like more active states, and somehow, you know, Gen 7, like whales woke up a bit. I don't know for you guys, but for me, Gen 5 and 6, the whales were not really happy, not really active burning cities in battle day. So I could rank 1 or second a lot, very often. And I stayed in this gen for a long time because I transferred a lot. So that was really, really good amount of shards. That was a big income of shards, to be honest. And fire crystal and everything. So that's really cool. So I did zero myself a lot. I'm not doing it for about a year, maybe a bit less. Just because it's too hard as well, you know. It takes too much time. And, you know, for us, I don't know for you guys, but for me, when we attack a city, there are so many people fighting that after some battle, after 15 minutes, you have no targets anymore. And worst case scenario, it's after half an hour, you have no targets anymore. So I cannot zero myself in 15 minutes. I can have a whale zero me, but I'm not interested into that. I'm interested in making points, so... What's your opinion? So that's my opinion. Yesterday night, someone pushed to rank 1 in our state. I came rank 2. For what? For the KOI? I mean, I'm really... I'm not gonna do it. I don't need the shard, I think, but I'm really tempted. I'm you know, kind of like 4 months of... 4 months of saving is a lot. It's a lot. Wow, it's raining here. I don't know for you guys, but for me, like, it's like a storm. Like a thunder day, you know? It's like raining a lot, not raining, storm, raining after. That's, you know, the mountain weather, I guess. Deering during SVS is best. Yeah. I mean, some people are not fighters. I get it, some people are not fighters. But for me, like, I'm not first in the leaderboard anymore because we recruited people that fight a lot more. But like, I used to be first by a lot, and I never did kills outside of SVS battle. I did not participate earlier days because I knew I wanted troops for later. So, you know, like the big battle on fort level 4, like facility level 4 that give you 10% dead, I'll be hiding at that stage, you know, to kind of build up the account. And then I really went crazy when Gen 4, 5, 6, when I transferred to get the rewards, because I had enough troops, I had 1 million troops, so I could burn cities and a chance to rank. When you have 200k troops, you know, 300k troops, 500k troops, you cannot burn cities and rank and fight and help your state for the fight. You have not enough troops, but as soon as you start to get a million plus, if you play well, if you select well your targets, you can burn a lot. So that's how I've done my kills. It's really just kill event. A bit my farm. It's just battle event, sorry, not kill event. I never do kill event except on my farm. I never burn anyone, never did that. Maybe once, I think. One kill event I did. But, you know, in 2 years and a half, so it's not much. I've saved 9 months till some will come behind me. I mean, like, if you look at the, you know, at the back of the spender, they can win whatever they want if they spend enough in the game, right? You can save whatever you want. If the whale want to win and it's a big spender, you cannot imagine how much they have in their bag sometimes. It's insane. How much resources? Do you have farms? Alex? Is decent number when it gets ready? It depends if you have farms. But for me, I don't remember my numbers. But I know that I can easily burn like a SVS battle, I can easily burn 2 billion. With T11 quite a well upgraded already. So, and people that fight with T12, they burn 5-6 million. Some people in Tyrant, they burn 10 billion for T12. Actually, what they do are big whales, like people like BNK, for example. He has a lot of troops, right? I don't know if he really did it for real, but what he was saying is like, it's a lot better for him to kill troops, to kill T12, and get 90% back. I don't know if he did the math, and I did not do the math myself, but that was kind of what the whales were saying last time, but I was streaming, so I did not pay that much attention, but they were like, you should actually kill your troops, get 90% back, and it's cheaper than healing them for the full battle, right? When you have that many. I don't know, I did not make the math, so I'm not sure, but that's kind of how people are thinking. I have a bunch of I mean, you should be okay then. You should be okay. If you have 10 billion, that's gonna be okay, mate. That's gonna be really good. But the only fun I have in the game, yeah, many people find that really, really cool. To burn and hunt and all of that. For me, it's not, it's average, I guess. I like it, but I would not go. I don't like to hurt other. I'm very empathetic. So I have a lot of empathy. So I'm just, if there was no rewards, I would barely do it. But there is rewards I want, so. And it's a war game. It's a war game. At the end of the day, people cannot know. Shielding is easy enough. That's kind of how I justify my, my burning. Like, shielding is easy enough, and it's a war game, so it's a good enough reason, I guess. But yeah, Alex, you should be quite okay. Should be quite okay. You back? What happened then? You don't want to go to the gym anymore? The sauna is not hot yet? Yeah, I got some of that. And, I have some viewers contacting me and say, hey, dudes, was it okay? I attacked some people, they were low levels. And they messaged me that it's out, it's against the game's rules. And that I shouldn't have burned them, and it's like unsaid rules about the game, and you should not do that, and they're afraid to be banned sometime, or that they did something bad, and I'm like, dude, it's a war game, like, there are no rules, you cannot burn people in the game, just people thinking that they play something else than a war game, that think that there are rules to prevent them to being burned by others. So it's a bit crazy sometimes. That, such a war game is turned upside down basically when it comes to what people expect of it and how safe they think they are in a war game where anytime you can wake up and you are burning and dead, And the game is really not punishing as well. The game is really... I was so surprised when I played, when I understood how the enlistment works and how it is hard to lose troops in defense. Like early days, right? For us, if I get zeroed, if someone zeroes me, I got 4.8 billion. So, I got what? I got 300k and I got 1.5. So I'm losing like 3.2 billion troops. So that will be like me zeroed will be terrible, right? Will be terrible because I lose so much troops. I lose so much troops that's gonna be, it's gonna suck and it's gonna feel terrible to be zeroed. But when you don't have that many troops, it's like you barely lose anything. Worst case scenario, you cannot do bear fully for 2 weeks, and that's about it. I'm usually first for castle battle. Yeah, then keep T12, like he said, yeah. Or T10, you know, keep like whatever you need, 300k lancers or whatever, you know, something like that. Because the lancers, you don't need that much. You might need to promote all your infantry and all of your... Unless you are strong enough that you can injure people, but usually you make point by your own troops that are injured, not by injuring others. So if you are strong enough, then, you know, keep some of it. But that's one way. But for me, you know, everyone with T11 and T12 is not doing that anymore. That I can... Maybe, you know, before we had T12, some people with T11 will still do it. People that have like quite a few farms, but with T12, like nobody is burning troops and, you know, solo marching for points anymore. Except whales that they can do a lot of, you know, they can injure a lot of people. So they make points like 3-4 times faster than everybody else. But beyond that, it's like insane. Not even allowed to go to the gym. Oh, you broke your finger. But how did you broke your finger and your neck while you slept in a bad position? I'm not sure you can say that. Why on YouTube though? Don't you think buying the $20 pack for childhood event worth it as a low spender comes with 50 marbles? I mean, if you want to buy, if you consider buying the daily packs, except the $1 one, they are worse than the $20 one, right? Here you get 2.5 marble per dollar here. Plus you get everything else. So, I mean, that's the kind of event I would consider it, right? You need to see, like, especially because it allows you to double down on Mithril, and Mithril is highly discounted. So overall, like the pack itself is like nearly 7,000% if I remember. Let me go on my farm. I'll just launch 2 rallies and I'm still doing a tiny bit of points here. But the pack is nearly 7,000 of, you know, good stuff. There are no waste in it, really, if I remember. Plus, you get very discounted Mithril, so that's a good... I don't know if that's your priority based on your budget, but that's definitely a good option. It's just 20 for a low spender, depending what you mean. A low spender, 20 is a bit of a budget for a low spender, but... I mean, you get fire crystals, you get essence stones, you like there is nothing wasted here already. Really nothing wasted. I need to spend 60 for the skin, so I mean the skin is actually not that you can get what I was seeing some people calculating that. So I think it was Elandion or Snow. It was Snow, I think, on Nerd. It was saying like the skin could be 180 if you like buy the optimal packs for it. I usually calculate the skin based on the $100 packs because that's what whales are going for, and that's usually who are buying the skin are people going for the $100 packs. But basically was saying that you could get away with just under $200, you know, and you just don't spend it on the skin. You get the skin for the equivalent of 200, but you get, you know, that plus all you get from the marble you play. So it's, you know, it's not making the skin cheap or free, but it's not just buying the skin without anything else, right? Let me see if you guys are bringing me some luck today. Hey Assad, welcome. You mean the Marsh skin with the top up? Fair enough. Fair enough. But that's, you know, that's when I used to spend like 50, 60 a month. That's, you know, I'll try to like get all the top up skin I could, but I could not. I did not. You know, if you look at the skin I have, I'm still missing quite a bit that I could have had in that time. Some I got a bit later with some events, now that I'm spending a bit more, but initially I missed like half of them because it will be like too much to spend. The 60 euro every month used to be too much for what I wanted to put in the game. So yeah. What about Lost Loot? I mean, I find Lost Loot amazing, to be honest. For me, it's a really good option as well. You know, because you get a bit of I mean, what you could try to get is buy enough to get here. You probably need to buy 5 and 10 or something like that. That's maybe what you need. But the packs themselves are a lot less value, right? But you get what you get on the board. You get the mithril. You get a bit more. You don't get more fire crystal. You get still a decent amount. But they make these packs pretty nice, to be honest. That's pretty cool. That's really made the value quite decent here. I don't know if you're on in the chat. Bomber shots. Let me know. That's else I'll answer you. If you're not, you won't answer, but I'll answer you later. Weird how you don't have way more than 6K subs. Thank you. Thank you, user. I mean, it's a, you know, when you look at the bigger one, they don't have that many either, you know, like Shield, Shizgul, they have like Shizgul is kind of not very old on Whiteout, and he has what, 40K. Shield is very old on Whiteout, he has 40K. Like all of the bigger ones, they stopped the you know, the ones before, the generation before. So no, it's, I guess the French accent might be an issue to grow an English channel as big as a, you know, native speaker. But yeah, I'm from France. Yes. You know, I've lived 10 years abroad, but I might take pronunciation classes again. I did some when I was like abroad initially. It used to be worst. Not the accent. Like the accent is not a problem. It's never the accent. It's always the pronunciation the problem. And that's naturally I'm not really good at it. I've always been lazy with the pronunciation and get away with it, but you know, I'm kind of with the mic now, so so that might be something I'm going back to eventually when I have a bit more time. And but I you know, my teachers, or well, like my pronunciation teachers always said, you know, as long as you do like the accentuation and all the syllables, so I probably need to train my mouth a bit, things like that. It is what it is. But that's not something that I cannot change, so that's probably something I'm going back to eventually. Yeah, Doughboy and Miyagi were big, right? Yeah, they were big. And you know what happened probably, so my state haven't reached Fire Crystal Age. Is Treasure Hunter still good value? You mean the Lost Loot, or do you have Treasure Hunter? Or do you have Lost Loot? Because usually Treasure Hunter is another kind of event. Do you mean this one, or Cakes? I guess. But it's the long story short, no matter what you have, is it's always good value for this kind of events for your generation of hero, for where you are in the game. It's a lot less value than me. It's really a lot less value than me because I'm far later. But all the packs I buy are far better than yours. So it is what it is. The game is like that. So yes, it's slightly very decent value. At least it's not, if not very good value for your where you are in the game. But if you have the same event in 2 months, in 3 months, you might get double the rewards for in the packs, right? So that's, are you in a rush to spend your money that you want to spend in the game? Can you wait? Can you be patient? You know, that's more the question. Because yeah, these seasonal events tend to be one of the best value in the game, no matter where you are. Even if you get a lot less than me, because if you look at whatever else we have, except expert, the only exception is expert, but you don't have experts yet. They are Gen 3+, you're Gen 2 or Gen 1. So except experts, the value is far, far better. I don't know if you can buy it multiple times here for this one. Last loot, yeah. So value is probably really good. We had some people sharing it in Discord. But again, as soon as you have Fire Crystal, you will have Fire Crystal in the packs. That's going to be very important for you. That's going to increase the value. So If you are like big spender and you want power now, why not? If you are like, you know, I'm gonna spend a few hundred on the game or whatever, or 100 or, you know, but I'm not gonna spend that monthly. I'm gonna, you know, do that one time, then waiting is better. Like for me, I've done nearly 90% of my spending. I've been after Gen 7. So if you look at the value of my account, which is like roughly 10,000, I'd unlock the concierge, whatever. It's not there anymore. I cannot find it when I want. But I used to have like the concierge, which is $10,000, right? If you look at someone that spent 10,000 in the, you know, in Gen 1, and me that spent it Gen 7, I got 3-4 times more than they got for their money. It is what it is. You don't. I have the affiliate link user. I don't. You know, I'm not the best at advertising myself, but many content creators got one. I got one as well. I'll put it in chat. So it's whoever using the official Whiteout store from Century. So Century is like the bigger company behind the studio making the game. Whenever you top up with that link, you need to open it every time you top up. I'm pretty sure. Because it's like a thing that disappears. Somehow it's tracked in the back end. They track it, and you have no extra cost, and I get a little commission in Frostfire later. So that's really a big help. And I'm gonna be able to do like, you know, far better content spending wise. So that's really thanks to you guys. Thank you if you do, thank you if you did, and you know, you don't have to get out of your way if you know, buy your packs wherever. That's okay as well. But that's the official store, so that's safe as well. You know, I really don't like to do shady things, so I'm really happy that they created these content creator codes for us. That's really cool, to be honest. I would not, you know, take a sponsor that was not like something legit and very clean. If many of them asked, but I would not take the risk. You know, seeing what happened to other people, and I've worked 10 years for gaming companies myself, so I've seen the other side of it. You know, I've seen what it is to deal with people that got hacked because they wanted to save $5 on buying a pack in game. You know, and I'm not saying this company do that, but I've seen some people using these companies and having to deal with that. You know, so. I don't know what happened, if they got compromised in other ways, but it does not really, you know, when you've seen that for too long, does not really want me take any risk for myself or my community. So yeah, I don't think I did for the streams. That's something I need to check, because I'm reusing the same settings over and over. You know, in YouTube you can just be lazy and just use the same settings. And it's probably something I need to think. I'll set a reminder for myself to do that later. They are right, you know, it's really helping a lot. So, and you guys, you know, that's really a cool thing as well about, you know, the gaming channel and Whiteout Survival is like, you know, I would not be comfortable to be a salesman, you know, like spend my day reminding you about the link and spending my day trying to sell you a product that's sponsoring the show or whatever. Like, I would really dislike that so much. That's really not what I like to do. So I'm actually very surprised how many people are getting out of their way, contact me in private, as publicly on the Discord, like, where is your link, dudes? You know, it's like, even in King Shots, like I have made 15 videos and I had like 500 views in average, and the King Shot viewer are like, where is your link? You know, give me your link. Like, I don't have one. I'm too small, probably. So I did not get offered one, at least. Probably because I'm far too small on King Shot. But that's really, really cool, guys. It's really, really cool. You know, I would really dislike having to be on camera and every 5 minutes be like, hey, by the way, you know, if you want to support me, please do that. And, you know, that would be not something that I enjoy doing. So I'm trying to talk about it a bit, but I don't want to be like, You know, it's not like a TV show where you have to buy something every 5 minutes or something. Or really dislike that. So, but thank you very much for your care, for your support. It's really amazing. You know, I wish if you like ever do like something like that, whatever you like to do in life, but you know, like start your own business, you know, do a channel, or you get the support I got from you guys. I really wish. I can only wish you that. It's really amazing. Ask them, you might get. No, I ask. I can't say. Someone was like, yeah, you should ask. I was like, I ask, and they was like, no. Fair enough. I would not give one to myself, to be honest. So, you know, these things cannot be given like to, you know, you have to select the partners. Like it's a company behind it. You have to, you know, when I used to work in gaming, like one of my job was to, I was more in customer support, right? I was really more in customer support, but I helped build a new department of customer support, and it was including VIP support, and it was including community management, right? So I helped recruit the people in this department and their managers and things like that, so they could start the new department basically from that, like that new office that started. And so I get a bit, you know, of an idea about community management as well, even if customer support is really not community management. It's like two separate jobs. It's two separate departments, even if sometimes you have the same, like very, very high in the hierarchy, you have the same boss at some point. It's not the same job at all. Even VIP customer support is usually very different as well, at least in my experience. It's not the same people. They are not trained the same way. They don't have the same targets and goals and you know, all of that. And so, you know, when you pick like influencers you work with, or like, you know, YouTubers, like you are very careful at the brands. Like you know, like if I say things that, you know, that's bad for them, that, you know, why do you want a partnership with me? And it doesn't mean I cannot say things I'm not happy with, but you have like, it's a company, right? They care about their image, they care about their PR. You don't pick, you don't work with people that, you know, hit on you all day and hate you, and you know, and are like very too small, or do not make sense, or you know, like you pick people for certain reason. You know, all these brand deals and stuff, you know, you always go where people like you and enjoy you and appreciate what you do, and you try to work together. It really only makes sense that way. So, you know, yeah, it's a real company again. I know sometimes we think like, you know, what's most surprising to me is like people are like always devs. You know, it's the devs. But, you know, for me, the devs is the one that make the game. But the marketing department, there is community management, there is quality insurance that verify, you know, test the game. There are like artists, you know, which might be different a bit from the dev. There are like all the back office, like it's a big team usually behind these games. Even if mobile games don't have crazy teams, you know, you could easily have like 20, 30, 40, 50 people working on a game like that. So yeah, I would not pick myself yet on Kingshot, you know, hopefully I get it one day, but I need to work a bit harder for that. I'm not very consistent with my, you know, Kingshot is like, I love to do more, but if I don't have time, I don't do Kingshot, right? If I don't have time, I don't do the French channel on Whiteout. If I don't have time, I do all I can to make the English Whiteout channel. And I'm trying to, you know, push back something, negotiate, you know, something we do tomorrow with the taking care of the house, with the wife, whatever. Like I'm trying to manage that to get very, very consistent on the English channel for Whiteout. Everything else is like, if I can do it, if I can improve the Discords, if I can do the Kingshot videos, if I can do the Whiteout French videos, which I try to do more consistently as well, I'll do it. But sometimes I have to give. You cannot do everything always. So, but, you know, slowly over time, I also need to learn the game. I need, you know, I'm just Gen 3, so there is so many things I don't know. So many things I don't know. There are many videos I don't make because I'm like, you know, I need to learn. And I don't think I could not find in Kingshot, I could not find a place where they have like yet at least where they have like that worst nerds, you know, knowledge and things like that. They have some very knowledgeable YouTubers, but it's not as worst nerds. You know, it's very knowledgeable about like the, you know, the question we are talking about bear hunt. They understand all of these things. But like all the nuances about the joiners and the test about the skills and stuff like that, I at least did not find where it is. Where, you know, that is happening there. So sometimes I'm like, yeah, either I do like everybody else, I say things that might be wrong. And, you know, when I know better, I know better. But I'm trying to be a bit more cautious. Because when I started Whiteout, I was just like repeating like what I've always heard from everybody else. It's like, you know, for Jesse's, for Patrick, you know. That's what you share what you know. So I'm trying to know a bit better. Let's put it that way. Trying to know a bit better. I'm gonna go soon, guys. It's about time. It's 5:30 here. I have a big... I had some things to do outside, but it's raining, but I need to do my taxes and stuff as well. So last question, if you have one, else I'm gonna wrap up and I'm gonna run. I need to record as well. I have made no video today, so technically I need to record something tonight as well. I have a bit of XP to go through. Let's do exploration, labyrinth quick, and then I go. Give you 2 minutes if you have a last question. There are some... You mean what, Panda, in Kingshot? The official guides are a lot better in Kingshot. Some of them are lacking a lot as well. But the average... If we burn our CG, our alliance in CG in the last CG, it was going to the next level. I mean, it really depends. We did most of the time, to be honest. Hey, Coco. Welcome. I was about to go, but welcome anyway. Usually people just go up. Usually make more point going up anyway, because there will be a SVS in between. So, but you know, if you feel that it's like a, because what I don't know is like, you know, for me, when I started the game, we had Crazy Joe 11, and when we had Crazy Joe 21, we were like blasting Crazy Joe 11. We were crushing Crazy Joe 11, and we were crushing Crazy Joe 21 very quickly. And then when we got Crazy Joe 31, the only issue was HQ 20. We burn a bit. Initially, we burn a bit, you know, in wave like 19 and 20, 19 and 18 as well. But it was never a real difficulty. So I might not, because, you know, these were not available at the same time as it is available to you. That's simple as that. You know, they added these very late. So I might be out of touch here, I'm not sure. But overall, when we had people burning, we went up. But there might be a world where it's not, you know, does not work for you. Because now you have far more difficulty far sooner. So did we get album for that? We did not get album for that. But you know, we got one more level, so... I'm a bit confused. Oh, that's the puzzles. That's not the... It's not labyrinth. I was like, how can I be there? Wow, BNK jumped insane. How much ice orb you need to buy every day to be able to get all FC and secrets? Not that much. Okay, it was more like level 20 at HQ. Do you play level 20 properly, right? Do you have 100% marksman? Do you have Hector? Do you have Molly? And do you have a decent marksman rally joiner? Because if you don't have that, you're gonna struggle with HQ a lot. And that's the best way to pass HQ. So how much do you need? So you need Coco. I never can get it right. Like that green icon is confusing to me. Where is the shop? So you need 9K. And you need, so that's, let's say 50K, right? With a bit of a margin, unless you're unlucky. So 50K, you have to divide it by 70.4 because that's how many coins you get in average per marble. So that's gonna be 700. So 700 is gonna be a nice budget already. 700 is gonna be $20 every day, and sometimes you're gonna need to buy the $5 because you're gonna be just below 600. Oh no. Yeah, it's gonna be $20. $20 every day, and maybe you need to buy the 50 once or something like that, depending on your luck. So last day you can see, right? Last 2 days you can see if you need to buy the $50 once or twice, but that should be okay. If you buy everything else, that should be quite okay. Yeah, but Panda, I agree there is a guide about that, but did they test the skill properly? Do they understand the interaction between all of the skills like we do in Whiteout? It did not feel to me. Maybe I'm wrong because I don't know, but it's not the guide I look the most about, most into. So if I look at guide, I look at the joiner. The joiner base is explaining well, right? Mechanic no one told you about. From Daryl. Back to top. They explain, you know, the mass and the kills and how the kills are calculated. The skill damage modifier thing. Like they explain all of that well, right? And they have some. I mean, they have a list of heroes with like different skill numbers. To tell which one are like additive and multiplicative, but that's very limited amounts. So I don't know. It looks okay, but I don't know the testing that was done to get there. So you know, that's where I'm liking the context. But maybe that's accurate as well. That's true. That's one. To be honest, when I saw it, I was like, I should just copy paste that to my Discord, you know, and tweak it for Whiteout. That's probably one of the best. I'm not sure I can explain it as well as the dude did. So yeah, all of them to 20. Basically, all of them to 20 every day. That's 490 marbles, and you need 700 plus, and you get 173, right? You get 173 if you buy these two and you do everything daily, right? So that's 173 plus 490. So you are missing like 50 marbles. More or less based on your luck. And you could be missing 100 marbles if you're unlucky, but that's gonna be where you are. But you know, I don't know these people. Maybe Daryl is very knowledgeable. Maybe he has a, you know, I did not find a YouTube channel. Maybe he's but overall the average knowledge on Kingshot is a lot better than on Whiteout. Like the average guide on YouTube as well is quite better. So you know they they are doing something a bit better there, at least. They have some great YouTubers as well. Yeah, but you have to match like the simulator have to be based on reality, right? Like we have a simulator in Whiteout and it's based on what we know works in game, and they are matching the reality of the game with the reality of the simulator. I've seen the simulator, I'm just not sure how it's built, but that's, you know, that's But that's interesting. They are very good tools as well. Some very good website and stuff. Which, you know, we could use some of that sometimes. Last question and I go. That was 10 minutes ago. So last chance. Then I need to run. I need to take care of my adult responsibilities. And I got a lot of messages and stuff to go through as well. It's gonna take you a while. What am I doing here? I don't really pay attention. I'm 28 with what I pushed today. But I did not do my keys. I kept my keys for tomorrow to try to rank tomorrow, so... that was my strategy. So tomorrow, a lot of keys. Let's get a bit more stamina, but I need to keep a lot for SVS, so... where are they? I need to keep a lot for SVS. I still got 1,200. It's actually, you know, I'm actually happy I burned 500 today because burning 2,000 in SVS will be a very boring day. So, you know, if I can keep it a bit lower, it's worth it to spread it a bit. I'm with Geronimo Molilin. 30%, everyone's using GCCU. That's pretty good. You might want to try to squeeze one Reyna in it. But without Hector, it's very, very tough. But you do good. You do good. That's what you need to do. The only change could be one Nora instead of... what do you have? You have Geronimo Molilin. So Geronimo is both attack up and damage up, right? So that does not matter. Molly, I'm not sure how Molly works, but it's probably on the... she has damage up, right? So you have already 2 damage up, 1 attack up. So that's a bit unreliable, so I would not really take that into account. And you have Lin, you said, and Lin is... here is damage up as well, so that's a lot of damage up. Damage. And that's attack up does not really work. So I'll remove one JC. I'll do Reyna, JC, Siyun. That might be a tiny bit better. And if you are at 70%, we messed it up by 30%. That's pretty good, to be honest. That's pretty good. That's basically mean that you are killing infantry in 2 turns, lancers in 1 turn, and it's a 3-turn fight. You don't have a turn to kill the marksman, but whatever. Like, you could be very, very far from killing infantry in 1 turn. We don't know. That's the part we don't know with Crazy Joe. So you might be very, very close. And then swapping 1 JC by 1 Reyna might just be enough, right? Or you might be very, very far and you won't see a difference anyway. And that it is what it is. Hector's gonna change that for you. But that skill is just totally insane. It's just that. Hector is... you know, that's just the only reason he works so well on Crazy Joe. Like the widget, we don't care. Or widget works, I think, even. Yeah, it's attack. It's even, you get the widget plus you get the skill. So that's totally insane. Just these 2 things are totally insane. So that's very reliable and very, very big increase. So, but you can try with 1 Reyna. If not, it's gonna be okay now. It's gonna be okay Gen 5 if you're already there. I have a doubt. Did we calculate that Alonso is better than Lin? I never remember. I think I've updated the guide on Discord. But I never remember because it's always like 2 weeks in between people ask me about that and I cannot... I think I've changed because I wanted to make like a Gen 3 to 5 video on Crazy Joe, so I think I changed the... the guide on Discord already. I did not, didn't I? But if I did not, I need to research it again. But we talked about it. I think Lynn was okay because of the widgets, I think. But overall, marksman heroes are bad, you know. Marksman heroes are bad for Crazy Joe. That's the big problem as well. You don't have Vector and marksmen are bad. But it's gonna change. Wayne is a lot better. It's mostly because it's a 3-turn fight and that trigger every 3 attacks. So you're gonna get 5% attack here. That's a 20% chance. No, that's what damage dealt. Reduce, we don't care. That's 40% chance on 3 turns. So you're gonna get it once. And if you don't get it turn 1, it does not matter anyway, really. Why are packs so much more expensive? You know, it's just like tech products, like everything is taxes. As far as I know, it's taxes. Welcome to Europe, my friend. It is what it is. You know, if you buy an Apple product or whatever, you know, any tech product is usually cheaper in the US. And for having like listened to podcasts for many years about these topics, the analyst or whoever was doing the podcast always mentioned it was taxes. So that's not my area of expertise, but that's what I've been hearing for many years. Yeah, but no, the widget is critical. It's critical, and the stats as well, right? The widget gives a lot more flat stats. That's why I have a big doubt, because that's 50%. That's not really reliable. No, I don't think Alonso is better. No, Lin will be better. But that's not reliable. That's not reliable. And the widget does not work. So I know. Lin, there is no way Lin is better. I think it was for Bear that actually Alonso had the chance to be better. But Crazy Joe, I'll bet on Lin anytime. No, I know. It's not just Apple. It's like... it was just an example, right? But that's the main thing I've seen people complaining is like, oh, my Apple product is more expensive than the US ones. But it's not just Apple, it's taxes as far as I know. But that's it for me, guys. I need to run. I think I was confused with Bear, Lucas. I think that's what the Bear thing. I think, I mean, looking at the skill and the widgets, it makes no sense. Because you have higher stats on the widgets, you have higher stats. The widget works, which is insane. Plus you have, I mean, the skills are terrible anyway, but that's, it is what it is. Terrible skills are terrible skills. But that's the chance. But I'll see you, for the French people, I'll see you Thursday evening on the French channel. So jeudi soir, je stream vers 18h UTC, donc 20h à 19h. And for the English folks, I'll see you for videos and I'll see you Saturday as well. I'll be live for the afternoon. Can you make a video focused on about Mia the joiner? Just let me know why you want to know about Mia. But I've been explaining that a lot on live stream and Discord, but I might make like why Gwen is bad, why Mia is good, why I might make these little videos as well eventually. I'm at the stage where I did the rest, so I kind of need, I can cover these very, very specific things. That's something I'll note as well, is bad. I'm keeping track of this kind of stuff for later. But thank you everyone. Thank you. mixing French and English, I guess. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for being here today. I'll see you soon. Have a good day. Enjoy life. Hopefully you have a better weather than me. I had to do things outside of the house right now, but it's like raining. It's like pissing rain, so it will be something else. That's my question, but therefore I already need to run. So that's we can talk about things like that later on Discord or next live stream, no problem. I need to research for Whiteout, by the way. I don't know from the top of my head. I don't recall. That's things that should not be too bad to find on WoW Nerds usually. You can find explanation. I'm happy to learn as well, so. But I need to run, guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next one. Yeah, then I'm going. It was long enough. I really need to do my taxes and to do other things. So life is calling. Real life is calling. But that is not real. It's very real, but you know what I mean. Cheers, everyone. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.